Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Game Masters on the GDQ Hotfix. I'm your host, Fant, and today we will be showcasing an awesome Elden Ring enemy randomizer boss rush by Little Aggie. Before we get into that, a quick reminder that Flame Fatales will be having its next all-women speedrunning event, Flame Fatales, this weekend, from August 21st to the 27th. The marathon schedule is now out, so be sure to type !FF in Twitch chat or go to gamesdonequick.com/framefatales for more info. Prize submissions are open now until Sunday the 14th, which I guess is already passed, so disregard that statement. But be sure to check out the site for more information. Also, make sure to check out our highlights channel, which features standout moments from our Hotfix shows. Use the !highlights in Twitch chat to learn more. Well, I'm here with the man of the hour, Little Aggie, and there's a lot. Elden Ring's a pretty big game. I want to have you just brief the audience on the rules and what we're about here to see today.
Sure. So it's going to be an Elden Ring enemy randomizer boss rush. Basically what that means is I'm going to try to defeat as many bosses as possible in, I think it's just under 3 hours is our time limit.
2 hours and 50 minutes is the time we have on the clock.
2 hours and 50 minutes. So we have a little bit of a point system going on. So there's different tiers of bosses in Elden Ring. So there's standard enemies, great enemies, legends, and then the final boss is a god. So we're going to do 1 point for enemy, 2 point for great enemy, 3 point for legend, and then 5 point for god slain. So we're just going to try to get as many points as possible in the time limit. And I think our goal is going to be 100. We'll see if we hit that or not. But that's
a lot of bosses.
That is a lot of bosses, but
yeah, with a game the size of Elden Ring, I'm curious how you even begin to think about routing a seed like this. Are there certain bosses you encounter early on that are just a flat out, nope, I'm going somewhere else?
There's a few. So it depends. I can't really think of any off the top of my head, but since it's just an enemy randomizer and not an item randomizer, we know where a lot of the good stuff is. So there's 3 or 4 different weapons that I could consider using. And then, we'll go for one of those. If it seems like a viable boss to defeat right off the start, then we'll do that, get our weapon, level it up, and then go to town on the rest of the game. If it's something terrible, then we can always just go to one of the different weapons and, kind of pivot to that weapon instead.
Yeah, is there a ideal weapon or favorite build that you go for in these?
So I'm probably going to try to go for Bloodhound Fang, just because it's available really early.
Oh, that was my weapon of choice. Let's go.
Good. Yeah. That was my casual weapon too. But so Bloodhound Fang is really strong. It scales really nicely with dex and strength. And most importantly, it's a somber weapon. So there's 2 different weapon upgrade systems in this game. There's the standard and then there's the somber. The standard weapons are terrible to upgrade and somber is really easy to upgrade. So we're definitely going to want a somber weapon no matter what we choose.
Awesome. Now I want to sidetrack a little and Little Aggie, for those of you who don't know, has quite the bumbling YouTube channel, and I took a browse over there, and I would say a lot of your stuff focuses on what I would call very ambitious or wacky challenges of things. One thing I saw, you did a run where every single enemy in Elden Ring was turned into the Elden Beast. Now, yep. I'm just curious, how do you come up with challenges like this? What motivates you to take the game this far in such a silly direction?
So when it comes to YouTube, you always want to do something unique. So, often I'll see what other people are doing in other games and think if I can adapt them to be a Souls kind of challenge, or I'll just browse Nexus mods and see what kind of mods are out there. For the Elden Ring one, all is Elden Beast specifically. That was a concept I had done in Sekiro and Dark Souls 1 before that. So that's just something I'm looking at the randomizer mod and I see there's an option to make everything the same enemy. So let's do that. Let's see how terrible that is. And it's a lot of fun to do things that you would not normally think to do.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, be sure to check out Aggie's YouTube channel and Twitch channel, which Richard so kindly provided the link there. There's lots of cool stuff there. But I don't want to delay the GDQ audience any longer. I'm going to toss the reins over to Little Aggie, and whenever you are ready, Aggie,
all right,
begin.
Let's do it.
Let's get into this.
Let's jump in right now. So we'll do a new game. We'll get our character set up, and then I'll count us down to start the clock. So we're going to do Samurai because it's objectively just the best class to start with. It has a katana with bleed. Bleed is really important because it does percent health damage, so it doesn't matter what level it is, it'll always chunk. And then it also has a shield that you can parry with, which is helpful for certain bosses. And it has a bow and arrow, which is helpful for certain things as well. So it's like objectively the best one. So we'll name our character here, and then keepsake-wise, I'm gonna go Stone Sword Key, just so that we have access to as many dungeons as possible without having to pick up a whole bunch of extras. We could do the Crackpot instead. That is also helpful for stuff like sleep pots. Or we could do something like the Bewitching Branch, which is really good specifically for bosses that have a bunch of like ads in them. Because what this does is basically you stab an enemy with it and then it fights the other enemies for you. But I'm going to go with the Stone Sword Key. And yeah, that is pretty much it. So without further ado, here we go. I'll count us down. 3, 2, 1, go.
All right, good luck, Aggie.
Thank you. So yeah, again, we're going to shoot for 100 points in the 2 hours, 50-minute time window we've got. It's 1 point for standard bosses, 2 points for great bosses, 3 points for legends, which are basically the remembrance bosses, and then 5 points if we find the final boss and defeat him.
So it's just a feature of the randomizer where you skip past the little tutorial intro section.
Yeah, I mean, so we got the tutorial section here, but after this opening boss, the tutorial section is always optional. So we'll see what we have here. It's probably going to be too terrible to actually want to fight. That's the standard boss?
Wait. I don't want to say it. I don't want to say the stereotypical line, Aggie.
I don't know if this is randomized or not. We'll see. I did randomize it. That is either an insane coincidence or I screwed something up.
Well, I think we'll get better data points on boss number 2. Yeah.
That is an insane coincidence if this isn't randomized. Let's see. I have all the maps unlocked, which is a feature of the randomizer. So I did launch from the randomizer at least. If that is actually just random and I happen to get the starting boss, that's ridiculous because there's 165 bosses in this game.
Hey, no, a 1 in 165 chance is not unheard of.
Crazier things have happened, yep.
Yes, exactly. Now, if number 2 is the same.
If this is Tree Sentinel, then something's definitely wrong. Okay, it is Tree Sentinel. Something is wrong, so let me re-randomize. Right. I don't know why that would break. All
right, we're going to go ahead and pause the timer, everybody. Because the age-old question, is this even randomized? Unfortunately, the answer right now is no. So,
oh, I see.
We have this build as a randomized boss rush. We will get this fixed.
Okay, I see what happened. I'm sorry.
You can't just see what happened and not tell us what happened, Aggie.
So I randomized the bosses and then I checked the check mark at the end of the randomizer that says don't randomize the bosses. So let me figure out how to turn that off. And then we'll be good.
All right, tell you what, let's just cut to a very quick break screen. We'll get the game re-randomized and reloaded up, and if it happens again, you know, I'm just gonna be laughing so much.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, welcome back, everybody. We have appeared to have fixed the issue. In fact, Aggie has given me a 100%.
Oh no.
100% confidence rating that the game is now indeed randomized. He didn't actually give me that information.
I didn't test it.
I'm just putting words in his mouth.
I'm pretty sure.
We haven't tested it, but we're pretty sure. So let's not bubble around a little bit. Aggie, whenever you are ready.
Okay, let's get back into this. Just rush through this real quick. I won't re-explain this. So, okay, we got our Stone Sword Key, we got Samurai.
Forgs in chat, anybody?
Forg in the chat. All right, 3, 2, 1, go.
All right, I wonder what boss we're going to get first.
Watch it be Grafted Scion again, but this time it's actually randomized.
I don't know if I could take it, Aggie.
I don't know if I could take it either. Oh, now I'm nervous.
It's one of those things, once it happens once, like, you always have that little hair of doubts in the back of your mind. Did I do it? Here we go.
Okay.
I'm pulling for grafted sign to make an
I'm
appearance.
scared.
Again.
Okay, it is randomized. We got the Red
All
Wolf of
right.
Radagon. The Red Wolf of Radagon is a terrible boss, so we're just going to nope out of here. And we died. Good.
First death of the game. And the first nope of the run.
That is one of my least favorite bosses in the whole game. He's Sif, but worse. And in my opinion, Sif is already a pretty bad boss. Okay, so we're gonna skip the tutorial cave here. There's the Soldier of Godric, but just in case it's something terrible, we don't want to face check it. We can always come back later. This grace you get for free, so I don't even have to stop there for it.
If you go down through that tutorial area, are you locked into
I'm
defeating
not
that
locked
boss?
into defeating it, but it would be a big waste of time if I did. The enemies are scaled based on who they replace, so whoever replaces it probably won't be too bad, but I've had nightmares spawn there before.
Okay, so that's good. That means if you get something like, I don't know, Godric and Margit's location, it's not going to be a giant pile of health that you have to go through the level 1 weapon or anything
exactly,
like that.
exactly.
That's nice.
So we've got a Knight's Cavalry there, the Goth Tree Sentinel, very good. So first objective is to get a weapon. So this actually starts off a little bit slow because we're pretty much just want to rush a maxed out weapon as soon as possible, which takes a little bit of doing, and then we'll go back and clear as much as possible throughout the game. So we're gonna get this grace for later. I'm gonna grab a rune pickup over here. And then we're gonna buy the crafting kit from Kale real fast.
This is something I never bought from Skeleton Santa here.
You never bought the crafting
I
kit?
saw him. No, I think I thought I did, and then I just went through the whole game not realizing you could craft.
Oh my goodness.
It wasn't until after I beat the game I was like, okay, how do you craft?
This option has been grayed out the whole time.
Yeah.
So the reason we want the item crafting, for the most part, is to craft the bleed resin so that we can bleed the giant sleeping dragon in Dragon Baron for a ton of runes. We'll probably do that at some point. It takes a few minutes of literally just slashing it in the butt, but like, it's super worth it.
Now, does it count as a boss?
It does not count as a boss. No, you did not get a message for defeating it. So we're gonna get our horse at this grace. A little visit from the waifu.
Something maidenless.
Yep.
Hey, sir, but I can turning to aid you. You need to the foot. Then summon me. I bequeath. It will
Okay, very good.
Treat him with.
Right.
So we're gonna put
The
that
horse acquired.
on our pouch, and then we're gonna move Memory of Grace over here. Memory of Grace can actually be pretty helpful for a lot of the little mini dungeons, because a lot of them, you like go in really deep to them to find the lever to open the boss door, and then the boss door is at the beginning.
Right.
So what
just
you
use
can
Memory
do
of
is
Grace and-
exactly just like pull the lever and then use Memory of Grace, and you lose all your runes, but you warp right back to the beginning, which saves quite a bit of time. Got a nice smithing stone pickup right there.
So early on, are you getting like both types of smithing stones just because you don't know which direction you're going to do? Or is this just like you're going to upgrade your samurai weapon first with a couple of easy smithing stones before you swap to like a somber weapon later?
Yeah, so the latter of those two options. I'm definitely going to go somber later, but I want to get the samurai to like +3 or +4 just to speed things up for whatever boss I have to kill to get my somber weapon of choice. There's a lot of really easy smithing stones to at least get to +3 pretty fast.
Yeah, after that, don't you have to like start going through like the dungeons, the cave dungeons?
Yeah,
the mining
it's
areas,
a mess.
Get stuff there. Yeah.
For anyone that hasn't played this game, so there's 2 upgrade paths for your weapon. There's Smithing Stone and then there's Somber Smithing Stone. Standard Smithing Stone weapons require, I think, 96 Smithing Stones to get maxed out, and Somber weapons require 10. So one of those is way easier than the other. I don't know what they were thinking with that upgrade system. It's not even remotely balanced. And on top of that, the Somber weapons tend to just be straight up better anyway. Very silly.
Hello?
Yeah, I think for me, I ended up with a somber weapon simply because I just could not find smithing stones
Yeah, they're hard to come by, honestly.
anywhere. Yeah.
Especially when you need 12 of each type.
Oh yeah.
So right now we're gonna rush the Physic Flask, which is, or the mixed Physic Flask rather, where you can kind of make your own potion.
Wondrous physic.
Yes,
Yeah.
the Wondrous Physic, that's what it is. So we picked up the Strength Physic earlier that gives us plus 10 Strength for 3 minutes once we use it, which is really good. And then we're also probably gonna get the Stamina Physic to pair with that. I'm gonna get this Grace for later actually.
Okay, I was about to ask a question because he kind of like walked right over. It's like, oh, and the randomizer, does it auto-activate the grace? Like, no.
No.
you still got to sit there.
Yeah, I'm gonna want to pick up a few Graces around Limgrave just so I can warp around easily once I'm set up and ready to start tearing my way through bosses. Gonna stop by the graveyard here to get some easy runes.
Come on, horse.
Yeah, often it does not like to pick it up, but a couple passes and you'll get it. Okay, and the church with the Physic Flask is right there.
Now, although the bosses are randomized, are your rewards for killing a boss in whatever location it is equivalent to the non-randomized reward?
Correct, yeah. So the amount of
So-
souls you get is based on whatever it replaced.
Okay. So, but you don't have to, like, for example, go find the Bloodhound in order to get the Bloodhound Fang.
Right.
It's whatever boss is in that location, we'll give it to you.
Yep, exactly.
Okay.
Why did I talk to Melina? Oops.
Words, if you would. Very
Just a-
well,
just a
my
quick
lord.
chat
Thine
with our girl.
ear will wait well.
You have already
Why
talked
not?
to her more times than I did in my entire playthrough.
In one of the later patches, they added a little like notification symbol when you can talk to her. Because in the
Yeah.
original release, it's really easy to miss when you actually can even potentially have a conversation with her.
It was made for me and me wandering around lost for 5 hours because I didn't know I needed to talk to her at a certain point in the game.
Yep.
Oh my goodness. I don't think chat would complain about a quick chat with her either.
Yeah, I mean, why not? She's a sweetheart.
I know you all like Melina. Yeah.
Okay, let's some more tiers for the Physic Flask. I'll probably go with the Green Spill Crystal tier for extra stamina. Got our boy Blythe singing up there. Let's see, and Fort Height should be this way. I'm going to go there because it has a crafting recipe for the bleed resin, which will be super helpful for killing the dragon if we choose to. Where am I?
How many run-throughs did this take to kind of get a good idea of where you're headed and without having to consult the map?
So I've done a few randomizer runs, so I generally know the general path to take, at least for a Limgrave and like the other early areas and the more linear areas of late game. The only one that I get confused on consistently is Altus Plateau because it has like a lot of cliffs and it's hard to remember like which paths can actually connect to what other paths.
Yep.
Yeah, besides that, I pretty much have the map memorized. I've done some all bosses speedruns as well. Those are quite the ordeal. Again, 165 bosses total.
Roughly how long would that take you?
I think my PB is like 6 hours IGT, which is like
That's pretty
7
impressive,
hours
honestly.
real time.
Yeah.
That would be on the old patch though. If I did it on current patch, it would be a lot harder because they've patched out every single fun thing in this game.
Oh no.
Okay, so the cookbook was the crafting recipe for the bleed resin here. I'm gonna get the Dectus medallion while we're here, just in case we want it. And then we'll be on our way.
So we're still in the early phase where it's like go around, get your initial equipment ready, and then once the necessary materials are there, bosses are gonna start dying.
Yep.
Stay patient, chat.
Any second now.
Any second.
This way,
Okay.
tarnished.
Oh, right, Ronnie's
May I
here.
have a word?
I always forget she shows up here.
And upon the talk thou art but call for. I was in straight torrents.
Anybody in chat a fan of Ronnie?
Forgive me.
I don't think anyone here likes Ronnie, though.
Nah.
Very unpopular character.
You're right.
Okay, I need to sell my cash.
Now, we could answer this question with a poll.
Okay, +2 Uchi, then potentially you'll get it done. I'm gonna go ahead and check the Ever Jail that has Bloodhound Fang normally. See if we can start rocking it or not.
Alright, well, chat, you got 5 minutes to determine who is the best. Is it going to be Ronnie or Melon?
Ooh.
Let your voice be heard. Yeah.
I'm gonna have to
I
go
want to
Team
see what the
Ronnie
GDQ,
here.
where the GDQ, yeah. I'm going to stay neutral, but I'm going to put in a vote for Ronnie, representing Lil Aki's vote.
Okay, good. Okay, Everjail's right up here.
Is that the correct pronunciation of that? I've never
It is, yeah.
like seen this word used anywhere outside of a From Software game. I never knew how it was pronounced.
It's the old
Everjail.
English spelling of the word jail. It's pronounced the same.
Interesting. Awesome. Today I learned. Thank you.
Don't be something terrible, please.
And we've got. Stand. Wait for
Wait
it.
for it. Ancient Hero Zemor. Okay, I think I can just unsheath spam this guy and he gets staggered every time. Yeah.
Very nice.
Oh my, is he dead?
Yeah,
He's
yeah,
dead,
you got
okay.
him. All right,
one
enemy fell.
point
That
on
is
the board.
1 point.
There we go. Okay. Good. Now, the thing about Bloodhound Fang is I actually need a lot more decks to wield it. Well, maybe not a lot, but at least a few more points. So now we have to begin mission 2, kill the sleeping dragon for 1 billion runes. And then we get a bunch of level ups. Let's see, I need 17 decks. I have 15 right now. Okay.
Who just puts this portal in the bushes? Come on.
Yeah, this random portal here leads to Dragon Barrel. Also, that's Lanciax. Okay.
Fun.
Dragon Barrow is a very high level area, which means the bosses will be very tanky, so I do not want to mess with them, like, at all.
About how many points in total? Question from chats. That is 1. That was the first boss. You witnessed the beginning.
We're gonna shoot for 100 points by the end of it.
Goal is 100. We'll see if Aggie can accomplish it.
We'll see, yeah. I did a similar
Probably
run
gonna
to
greatly
this.
depend on the boss layout.
Yeah, I did a similar run to this last week, and okay, fall damage is great in this game. I got like 70-something points in that run in the same time limit. This is a slightly easier rule set though, so I think we'll be all right. Not a lot of fall damage in this game, don't you feel it? It's
So,
very easy to tell what's going to kill
My experience with fall damage is either I would take no damage or I would die. I never really found the in-between area.
Yep, so the way it works in this game is if you fall anything under 16 meters, you take 0 damage. And if you fall anything over 20 meters, you die. So there's
that
only
explains. So you have to fall in that
4-meter range where you'll actually
I
take fall
see.
damage, but not die.
Okay, that explains why I never seem to take fall damage. It's either one or the
it's
other.
a very interesting system, to say the least.
All right, didn't die. Coming down. Let's go. Good job, Aggie.
Thank you, thank you. Oh god, we got a rune bear.
The pole is closing up. Whoa.
I had like 700 hours in this game or something, 700 or 800 hours, and I still do not know how to fight rune bears properly. They're horrifying.
All right, the results are in. Ronnie, the clear favorite with 70% of the votes. Melina with the other 30%.
Good job, chat.
There you go. I can't believe Ronnie won.
Me either. Okay, we got our blood grease ready. I should get a gold pickle foul foot real quick. Like
So
boost
is
your
most of
rune
your damage
acquisition.
against this boss going to come from bleed procs?
Yeah, so in randomizer, the way you're meant to fight this boss in the vanilla game is there's this giant dragon that just lays there, and it's surrounded by, I think, 5 little mini dragons. And each time you kill a mini dragon, it chunks the big dragon. And then when you kill all 5, the big dragon dies. But you can also just hit the big dragon with like 1 billion HP in the butt. And if bleed procs, it does 1% of his health, which is way easier than fighting 5 dragons in a row.
Yeah, that was my strategy.
Yeah. In randomizer, though, the dragons are randomized into other things, which may be easy to kill. So we can maybe potentially kill those instead of the main dragon here. I'm gonna get a foul flip real quick, though.
I do like this question from Chad. Is there an easy way to gauge just how far 16 meters is in this game?
No.
After 700, 800 hours, you're still like, I don't know.
You pretty much learn it on a case-by-case basis. Like, yeah, I've made this jump before, it won't kill me. But yeah, just, judging an eyeballing it, it's quite difficult.
Now, that jump Aggie just did was definitely more than 16 meters, but he had a buff that prevented fall damage.
Well, so there's a spirit spring there, and the spirit springs, if you land on them, you don't take any fall damage. And that one has a very large radius. We weren't even really that close to the spirit spring, but it still prevents the fall damage. So if you didn't know, those giant little wind tunnels that like make you jump super high, you can also land on them for 0 fall damage. I feel like a lot of people miss that aspect of them.
The wind be powerful.
Indeed. Okay, here's our big dragon from. Let's see what kind of dudes are around.
Laugh, it's like, Oh, there's a jellyfish.
Jellyfish is tougher than you would imagine it is. These guys are also kind of annoying. Yeah, that's not great. Oh, there's the classic this guy. Nah, these guys are too tanky.
And then there's this guy.
It looks like we get to do this the old-fashioned way. This is about to be like riveting gameplay for the next 3 minutes. You guys are in for a real treat here.
Getting the timer on the clock. This may be a good opportunity. You know, if anybody has any questions about the run. Also, hello, Melanie.
Yep, she's going to take us to the round table hold. And then we'll warp back, and then we'll kill the dragon. Ever so slowly.
I do see a question. Does it just randomize the mobs?
Correct, yeah. So this is just an enemy randomizer. So the regular enemies and the bosses are randomized. The items are not for this one.
I can't imagine doing an item randomizer of this game with just how much there is.
It gets a lot more chaotic with item randomizer included.
Like I've done like Dark Souls item randomizers, definitely more manageable, much smaller game.
Yeah.
I feel like there's literally thousands upon thousands of checks. And all right, here we go.
So the dragon's health bar is just peeking in the top left there. You can see we proc bleed once already. When you bleed an enemy, they get more and more resistance to it every time you proc it. So it's going to take longer and longer to get each subsequent bleed proc.
I did not know that.
It's super worth it, though. Trust me, this is super worth it. So the strat here is to be on our horse and then do 2 hits to the right, 2 hits to the left. That's the best way to have like a nice flow of attacks without any stops in between.
Interesting. Got another question. Could a mob be a boss? The answer is no. So there's a regular enemy pool that has non-boss enemies, and then there is the boss enemy pool. So any area you go through like a fog gate or encounter a boss in the overworld, that will be one of the 165 bosses. But it can't just randomly show up like where a regular normal enemy spawn.
Yep. That
being said, I think there are options if that's something you so choose to do to make regular enemies into bosses.
You can do that, correct. The randomizer is very versatile for this game. It has a billion settings. It's a little overwhelming and confusing. As you can see, I mean, I messed up the randomization for this, so it can be a lot.
By randomizing, then clicking not randomized.
Yeah.
And just to remind everybody what the goal here of the run is. So Elden Ring is a large game. You took 7 hours to beat every single boss in the video game. So it's a lot. And we have a limited time slice to showcase games here on GDQ Hotfix. So what we're doing is a boss rush challenge, where depending on the type of boss Aggie defeats, points will be awarded. So you get 1 point. I got my list here, my cheat sheet of how much everything is worth. So you got 1 point for an enemy felled, like your standard low-level boss. 2 points for a great enemy felled. 3 points for a legend felled, one of your higher end bosses, and then 5 points for god felled.
Yep. Now you might be looking at the timer and thinking, so he's been going for 25 minutes and he has killed 1 boss. But trust me, okay, it gets faster. This game gets off to a slow start for pretty much any speedrun or challenge run. There's just so much setup work involved to get a good build going, just because the game is so massive.
Yeah, I don't like general glitchless runs, like you're powering up your weapon, getting smithing stones for, I feel like, the first 20, 30 minutes of the game, and then you start cleaning house. So yeah, it makes sense.
And this game really doesn't have very many glitches that like help you kill enemies. There's a few. We're on current patch though, so I think they're patched. At least one of them is patched, and the other one I don't know how to do. So this is gonna be, I think, entirely glitchless. I don't think there's any useful glitches I could use on current patch for this challenge. Also, we just got a somber 9 right there. So that is the max level we'll want to get our weapon at, is to +9. Dragon Barrow is very useful because it's got Somber 9 right there, and then there's a Somber 8 in this bug right here. These little scarab bugs are not randomized as part of the enemy randomizer. They're considered wildlife.
Now, next up, I gotta ask, is there a wildlife randomizer?
There is. You can alter it, yes. I think if we did, we would just kill whatever is there and it would still drop the Somber 8. And we're going to get this Grace for later. And we're going to go back to Stormhill. And we're almost going to start cooking with gas here. But wait, there's more. So now we got to go through Liurnia. We're going to peek around this dragon here and Stormdale Castle. We're going to take the teleporter to get to the Raya Lucaria. And then we're going to take the warp in Raya Lucaria to get to Volcano Manor. Which there we can get a Somber 6, and a Somber 5, and a Somber 7. And we already have 8 and 9. And you can buy Somber 1, 2, 3, 4 from EG, which is one of the blacksmiths in the game. And then we will be complete.
Is this the legendary janky jump on the bridge to get up to that Smithing Stone 7?
Yeah, so they patched that.
Yeah.
So that's fun. So in order to get the Somber 7, we have to defeat whatever boss replaced Godskin Noble, which is a big point of concern because that's a fairly late game area, so he can be really tanky. So if it's a terrible boss, we're going to have a terrible time. It's very much worth checking. If it's something like completely ridiculous that we're not going to be able to beat, we can rock as a +6 instead until we're a bit higher level and then come back to get our Somber 7.
A question from Patch, is this current patch? Yes. I said question from Patch, is this current patch? Question from chat, is it current patch? Yes, yes. We are playing on the latest iteration of Elden.
Yep. Patch 106 came out last week. Rip Bloodhound Step. It was nice while it lasted. So the good part about all this running around we have to do is we can get a bunch of graces just scattered throughout the world to set us up for quick travel later in the run. So I know where pretty much every single boss in this game is off the top of my head. And I know the general routes I would take for an all bosses speedrun to go from boss A to B to C to D throughout each region. So that's pretty much what's going to happen once I actually get my weapon set up here. We'll go back to Limgrave because, you know, it's the easiest area. And then we will start just tearing through some things.
Excellent, excellent. You love to see it. Soon TM.
Soon TM, exactly.
Now we end up going and leveling up, so to speak. What's like your distribution of stats? Do you kind of like leave vitality really low? You're thinking, I do hitless runs of this game. I can dodge everything. I don't need to worry about it. Or are like minimums you shoot for? Yeah,
so in randomizer, vigor is very, very, very good to have. So I will get vigor probably to 30 and then leave it there for a bit and then level attack stats. And then I might level it up some more depending on how I'm feeling. But yeah, 30 is a good baseline to get to be able to not get one shot by any random thing you encounter. Because with randomizer, I mean, it becomes pure chaos. Like you'll fight giant enemies in very small rooms where it's just like you're going to get hit. So you definitely want some health to survive.
You know, one thing I gotta know, just because this gave me the biggest laugh when I was playing the game casually myself. There's a certain area where you fight some in the vanilla game Godskin bosses back to back, and then there's a snail. It turned out the snail was summoning the enemies. You could just go through, take out that snail, and the boss is over.
Yep.
So can that snail just show up somewhere, or is that like constrained to that boss room? I'm very curious about.
Yeah, so the snail that summons the godskins, they're like treated as like a whole group. So like you'll fight a godskin noble, and then you'll think it's just godskin noble, and then you beat it, but the message doesn't pop up, and then godskin apostle shows up. But at that point, you're like, okay, it's the snail dude, and then you beat godskin apostle, and then the snail dude shows up, and then you get your boss kill. That's always a fun one.
Yeah. Can you just like go find the snail, or does the snail only show up after?
No, the snail only shows up if you defeat the other two.
Darn.
There's another snail boss that's in just one of the random dungeons as well. And that one you can kill before you kill whatever it summons. I'm not entirely sure how that one works for the randomizer. I don't know if I've ever come across it. I have come across the godskin snail though, several times.
It just makes me laugh so much. It's very silly.
One of the best things about these FromSoft games is just the silliness and humor to them in such like a dark, bleak world. There's still a lot of funny, silly stuff. Oh, one of those bugs. That's fun. Right next to the blacksmith. Great. Okay, well, hopefully he doesn't aggro while I'm shopping. So we're gonna buy our Somber 1, 2, 3, 4.
I presume. Oh, I am an old toy, perhaps.
All
I'm
right.
gonna go ahead and level it up. Then we're gonna sit. We're gonna spend the rest of our cash because we have to die to get to Volcano Manor.
No.
I needed 18, is that right? Or was it 17? Let me see. Okay, 17 dex, 18 strength. Oh, and I'm done. Okay, that was all the levels I had. Okay, that works. That's fine.
Everything's fine. Don't worry about it.
Mm-hmm. I can two-hand this, right? Tell me I can two-hand this.
Well, I guess we're gonna.
I can.
Find
okay.
out. All right.
Even if I didn't, I have
the
my
jump
plus 10
R2s
strength physics
begin.
class, so it would be fine.
I think when I use this weapon, I like exclusively just jump R2 everybody to death.
Yeah, the best part about this weapon is the L2 attack, the Ash of War, where you do like a backflip backwards and then you can dash forward. It's so good against like 90% of bosses.
Now, question, Aggie. Have you ever backflipped into a pit?
Yes. It happens to the best of us.
It's always great when it happens.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so we're going in Raya Lucaria. For those that don't know, you can get to Volcano Manor from Raya Lucaria by dying to a certain enemy. It's kind of like being abducted in Bloodborne by the bag dude. In Randomizer, the enemy is a random enemy. So what the randomizer does is if you just die in the general area of that enemy, you get warped. You don't have to necessarily die to the exact enemy. So what we're going to do is we're going to get above where that enemy is, and then we're just going to yeet ourselves down and splat on the floor and then get teleported.
Are there any areas of the game that are just straight up easier in general with the enemy rando? They're like, oh, before this combo of enemies was just awful, but when it's something else, it's not
that's a
even
good
as bad.
question. I'd say generally they're harder to navigate, just because if you get giant enemies in small halls, it's a bad time. I don't know if there's any area I prefer navigating in Randomizer.
I know one area that caused me a particular headache is actually in Raya Lucaria, before you fight the fox or the dog.
Red Wolf, yeah.
The hound. Yeah, Red Wolf. There's just like all those caster enemies before that just...
Yeah, that part is a little annoying. That's probably
Yeah.
slightly easier in Rando on average. Okay, we got that grace for the Red Wolf, just in case we want to come back later. And now we eat. climb up the water wheel here. Wait for just a second, and here we go. Oop. And you see the abductor enemy was replaced by like a basic hollow dude. So it's good that we can just splat. And now we're in Volcano Man.
No explanation. You're just here.
We're just here. Yeah, Pat just tells you about this. He's actually not lying about this one. And that's the only way you would ever possibly know to do that.
Actually trusting Patches.
This guy is very
All right,
unfortunately
Gandalf,
placed.
get out of the way.
Okay, there we go. Let's see. I think I'm going to try to get this Grace back here, just in case the Godskin Noble replacement is terrible. Okay. This is a high-level area. You can see why we wanted 30 Vigor before coming here.
Makes sense. No, I'm
Even
starting to
then,
understand.
yeah, it's still pretty lethal. What is not lethal in this game is the freaking lava. The lava does 0 damage for some reason. It's very strange.
All right.
Give him the old deek. Let's try going this way this time. Because honestly, this doesn't seem like a
Makes me
bad
so
enemy
nervous.
pool here. Last seed I did had a rune bear here, and that was not great.
Oh my goodness.
So we're gonna quit out by the ladder here just to de-aggro everyone to make sure I don't get destroyed again.
So we got a question. If you die, are the enemies different when you revisit the same area?
Nope.
The answer is no. In a randomizer, it shuffles everything, and that's what it is for the duration of your play.
Yep. So we're gonna do a fancy jump here. That door is locked there. We're not supposed to be able to get in this way, but we can just do that. And wow, we got in this way. Go us.
It's just that easy. Yeah. Someone wasn't happy about that. I think you triggered the
Yeah,
God-made
there was
security system
there was what are those called? Miranda plants, something like that.
Yeah.
It's a weird enemy.
Yeah.
Okay, so on this rooftop is a somber 6. Then we're gonna go up a lift. There's a somber 5. Then we gotta beat Godskin Noble replacement, and then we can get a somber 7. And then
Potentially.
we are grooving.
So this is like a situation where, depending on it, you may be stuck with like a +6 weapon.
Yeah. So
you
if,
can find,
if
like,
the
an
Godskin
alternative
Noble
seven.
replacement is terrible, I'm just gonna have to roll with +6 for a little bit until I feel confident I can
Which
beat
isn't,
him.
yeah, it's not the end of the world.
+6 is still very good for like early zones, so we can still clear things pretty good with that. But +9 is better. Also nice frame drops there. Elden Ring is very optimized on PC.
Wouldn't have it any other way.
Yeah. Okay, here we go. So I have a +4 right now. If this is bad, then we can just go upgrade for... It's Fire Giant.
It's the Fire Giant.
Hello, Fire Giant.
All right.
Fire Giant
How the
phase
heck is
1.
this gonna work?
Okay. He's a bit of a big lad for this route,
Yeah.
but we can make it work.
I didn't even notice him in here until like you're right on his foot. Like, oh,
Yeah. Okay, we're doing pretty good damage. This is definitely viable. The good thing is he can't roll too far away from us because there's just nowhere to go. The bad thing is that he can apparently just phase his foot into the wall,
no.
and he's just going to spam roll. Okay, we'll hit this foot, I guess.
There's a big bone on the floor.
That would be his foot or his ankle,
Yeah.
whatever.
Oh,
Another quirk of the rando is that sometimes bosses don't get their sound effects. So we have a very silent giant here.
the fact that it works at all, I'm just impressed.
It's pretty impressive.
The structural integrity of this building.
Oh, that's some frames. I'm like, give me them toes. Okay, don't
my
throw.
goodness.
We're so close.
I believe. Type 1 if you believe in Aggie. Oh!
Uh-oh.
You're alive.
Okay. 6 HP to our name. And that is a great
Hey,
enemy down. Okay.
that's 5 HP more than you needed, Aggie.
Oh my. Okay, well that was a little close. We got away with it. Oh, okay.
Woo!
So I believe that means 3 total points.
Yeah, so that was was that a legend felt?
That was a great enemy. I expected it to be a legend, but yeah, it was a great enemy.
Okay, yeah, great enemy. So that is 2 points and 3 total.
It might be because, nice jump. It might be because that was phase 1 of Fire Giant, or it might be because it replaced Godskin Noble. I actually don't remember how that works. Either way, it'll work out fine. I need those 50k. Hopefully that didn't spawn in a terrible area.
Oh, my heart.
That was as close as it gets. Okay, the enemies spawn on this bridge are a little unfortunate. I might actually have to kill them to get through. Let's see,
For
where did my
shame.
runes spawn? They're down there. Let's get those first.
For a second, I was like, oh no, Aggie's stuck in the lava. Then remembered, yeah, this game has a jump button.
Yep. Okay, there we go. So yeah, now we're just going to get the Somber 7, and then we will get out of Volcano Manor because it is a high-level area. So we don't really want to mess with it. See, there's a stone sword key we can grab over here. Might as well. We need to spend 2 stone sword keys to get the Somber 7. We started with 2 though. So now we just have a few extra. I think we have 4 total.
Oh, does selecting stone sword key at the start give you 2, not just 1?
Yeah, it gives you 2 stone sword keys at the start.
How generous. Wow.
Open this door.
So what are these 50k going into?
So this
Not the-
50k,
upgrading the weapon,
oh god.
obviously.
Yeah, we'll upgrade the
hello
weapon, and then the
there.
remainder we'll get my strength up to 18, so that I can one-hand this weapon if I want to. And then the rest pumped into Dex, probably, because I believe the scale's better with Dex than Strength. Yes, it does.
We had a question of if the regular enemies were randomized, and if that presence of that particular
Yeah.
enemy in that room did not answer it for you, yes, they are. Normally there's not a giant wyvern / dragon there.
It looks like it would be in the vanilla game, I know. Surprising, but not how it normally is. Okay, I just need to not
This looks
die
fun.
to these guys. This is a little questionable. Okay, I think we're fine.
I see daylight.
And there's the Sabra 7, just guarded by a single mushroom man. And we're good. Oh, I forgot to pull the bridge. Oh. It's fine, we can just quit out.
Anyway, this is great so far, Aggie. Thanks for showcasing this today. I'm having a good time.
Good, I'm glad. I know that
And
this
Chad,
game
I
gets
hope
off
you're
to a
having a
little
good time
slow
as well.
start, but yeah, we're about to start tearing through a ton of bosses.
Yeah, Forgs and Chad, if you're having a great time here tonight on Hotfix.
Okay, we got the +9 Bloodhound Fang. Get ourselves some more levels here.
Wait, you can sit at this table? What?
Oh my god, Fant, please.
I didn't know. I didn't know.
Yes, you can sit at the table. It's pretty helpful. It's the main grades.
My goodness. Yeah. I don't think I ever used that ever.
It's pretty convenient.
There were a number of things I missed in this game, Aggie, okay?
Seemingly. That's alright.
I didn't know you could... The crafting kit. I didn't know how to get past the fire giant cauldron thingy.
Yep. We're gonna do a fun little jump here.
I never figured out the Flask of Wondrous Physique. I didn't know how to use Spirit Ashes. Yeah, I kind of missed half the game.
It can be a little confusing. I mean, classic FromSoft style. Explain nothing. Okay, Everjail.
So this was originally, gosh, this is like a Crucible Night.
This is a Crucible Night
Mirror
normally,
Night
yeah.
or something, yeah.
Now there's a Godskin Apostle. Okay.
Boy, that +9 doing work.
It's pretty good, yeah. Also, I'm heavy load, so we're gonna have to... Okay, just take off the helmet. That was a great enemy, so that's 2 points. Very good.
Get more points.
So yeah, I believe whether it's a standard or great or legend is based off whatever boss replaced it. Because Godskin Apostle would normally be a great, and the Crucible Knight there would definitely not normally be a great. So yeah, it seems like for the multi-phase Remembrance bosses, if you defeat the phase 1 and just the phase 1, that's just a great. Whereas the phase 2 would be the legend. I believe is how that's working.
Makes sense.
Okay, I don't fully remember this catacomb.
Classic Catacombs.
Everyone loves the catacombs. They're the best part of the game. Okay, yeah, this one loops on
I
itself.
feel like I've been here before.
It's like they all look the same. They're just puzzle pieces put together. Okay, this is the one with the fire. Yeah. Nice thing about the Limgrave dungeons is that they're all generally very short. Whereas the further and further into the game you get, the dungeons become more and more complicated.
Yeah, I kind of like serving as the player's intro.
Yep. Okay, so this, we drop down here. There's the lever.
Every time I see one of these guys just waving a torch, I'm just thinking, away, foul beast, away.
All right, for this boss, we got Bellbearing Hunter. Okay. These guys are actually quite tough, but not when you have a +9 in Limgrave. Oh, we got it.
Oh. It's fine. Yeah, this is scaled to like a much lower level boss that
Yeah.
didn't deal as much damage, it seems.
Okay, enemy felled, 1 point.
Keeping my spreadsheets of bosses slain.
Very good. Not even gonna get close to 165 killed, but maybe like 75-ish. Can you not ride on this little part? There we go.
Physics, everybody.
Gotta love it. Quick little cave right here. These are my favorite kinds of dungeons. You walk in, and then the boss room is just right there. You don't have to do anything. It's just right there.
You don't have to go find the lever to open up the mysterious door.
Yep. Ooh, Fia's Champs. Okay. That's a fun one.
Oh, so is this going to be all three of them?
It is going to be all 3 waves of them, yep.
Okay.
We have this guy,
all 3 waves,
and we'll have Roger, that's his name. And then we'll have the group of 3.
Love that in-sync dive you did together.
Yep. Roger. There we go.
Get down. This isn't your story.
This boss can be extremely annoying. Ooh, the one shot. Very good.
Oh, baby.
All right. Great
It's a
enemy.
great enemy, 2 points.
Very good. Okay.
Yeah, we're moving.
There's a little bit of movement
Get
going
that
on.
+9. Yeah.
Let's go to the wrong place. Want to go to this one? See a question in the chat. Is Patches a boss? Yes, he is.
Hello?
So we can check Patches, and
Can you hear me?
so he's a boss, but he's also an NPC. And NPCs do not get randomized, so that's just going to be Patches, but it is still a boss. So we can go there for a guaranteed easy kill, because Patches is not the most difficult boss in the world.
He likes to hype himself up a bit. Aki, I feel we were just here.
I know. Deja vu. Yeah, so this one's a good example of one where I want to just pull the lever and then Memory of Grace. Rip the 8K, but I think we'll be all right.
What does it take to level up now at your level?
Yeah, we're pretty much fine level for at least all of Limgrave and Weeping Peninsula. Godskin Noble. This could be the snail. We don't know for sure. We'll find out.
Please. Please.
This is a boss I actually might want to parry. Nice parry. Okay. Try again. You know what? He's just going to get L2. He's being uncooperative. Okay, time for the most ridiculous attack.
The spin to win.
Oh, right, I'm medium load. Uh-oh. Medium load does not roll as far. But yeah, in a place like this with
Just
no
keeps
pillars,
on
you can
going.
just roll through them. That's the best way to handle it. Really helps to be light load though, especially on current patch, because they made it roll super far if you have light load. There we go.
All right. I'm not. Okay, there's the text. All right.
That was great
Darn
enemy.
it.
Yeah.
I want to see the snail. was about to say that looks more than 16 meters.
It
but
was.
We
There
got
was the little spirit spring.
we got the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're good. Is this similar to the other caves where it's just like the boss is right there?
So there's no like lever or anything you have to pull. This cave's a little tedious though. It's a bit of a journey. In general though, the caves are like so much better than catacombs.
A virtue of just no backtracking required at all.
Yep. It does get awful dark though. Kinda wish I had the lantern, but we'll be okay.
It's fine. Makes things a little bit more spooky.
Indeed. Okay, this is the classic behind the waterfall.
I was just about to ask, too. Is there anything behind the wall? Oh, there's gotta be. Yeah. When you look at that, there's the boss back here.
Who would have thought? Like, very unusual for games to hide stuff behind waterfalls.
Mm-hmm.
Featured avatar, okay. And you can see why Bloodhound Fang is good.
Yeah,
That L2, it just dodges everything and does huge damage.
it's pretty good.
Okay. Standard enemy down.
Points. That was a putrid avatar. Seemed to be like a baseline one. So I know there's like
Yeah.
different versions of that have more abilities.
But that was the putrid
Granted, you
one,
killed it so
so
fast.
he had
Yeah.
like rot, scarlet rot effects. This guy's normally a Tibia Mariner. We got a little Grave Warden Duelist. He hit my horse.
Oh, dare
That is just
You'll
rude.
pay the ultimate price for this, yeah.
Another standard enemy felled, very good.
And it is tied to the actual boss you defeat
Yep.
and not what it originally was.
Correct. Actually, I honestly
If it
wasn't
didn't-
sure which way that was going to work. Either way, it'd be
Yeah.
interesting because if it was tied to the location, then it would incentivize you to actually go to the Remembrance boss locations, even though they're a little further
It would
away.
also be hilarious because, like, you just get Soldier of Godric inside the Erd Tree and it's just his gods.
Yep. So we're going to make it nighttime here to spawn what is normally a Knight's Cavalry on this bridge.
Oi! You there?
You there.
Hello, Bach.
Could you help us out, Cully?
We've got a Death Bird, okay.
Oh, I hate these guys. Look at those legs. They're creepy.
Yeah, these guys are just not fun to fight. Better than the Death Right Birds, at least. Those are real nightmares. There we go.
Enemy felled.
Standard 1 point. Let's see, that big tall guy should be the boss here, I think. Or maybe the Tibia Mariner. I think it's the Tibia Mariner. Yep. He's actually a little tanky. Oh, lords. Okay, guys. Calm down.
It's a party.
I don't even know what's doing the magic beam effect. That's a great sound effect, though. Wow.
This particular mariner paid extra for the security.
Yeah. So this guy's fairly tanky because he replaced what is normally the dragon here. who, you know, he's a dragon, so he tends to be a little tankier. One more, please. One more. Okay.
All right.
1 point for that guy.
The dragon hearts inside that boat. Just the stomp.
You gotta love the birds. So they're always fun.
Yeah. Getting some lore drops from chat. I don't have anything to back this up other than taking their word for it, but apparently that's that Giants was a unique enemy in Caelid.
That sounds right.
Doesn't drop anything.
Perhaps.
Yeah. It has a lot of HP.
They're a relatively rare enemy. There's one that's a boss in Limgrave. Actually, in that cave with the waterfall. That's what normally is there. That was not the boss one, though. That is just one of the standard enemies.
Now that standard enemy just ran by as a boss somewhere as well.
Mm-hmm. This game likes to do that. There's a lot of bosses that are actually just random enemies.
Yeah, literally your first boss, the Soldier of Godric, is just a regular enemy outside.
Yep.
Yeah.
Let's see. Who do we have in here? Oh, it's the demi-human queen. Good old Gillica. Gillica likes to scream, so we can just run up to her and hit her while she does that. And there we go. Thank you, Gillica.
And that is another point.
Indeed it is. Let's see, where are we hitting next? Let's do the Weeping Peninsula.
I know this is a lot of people's first area they go to. It's like you either, I swear, go to the Weeping Peninsula and get a bunch of stuff, or you go straight into the castle and get hecked by Margit.
Yep. Yeah, Weeping Peninsula, I mean, it's basically tutorial area 2, if you want it. There was a lot of little dungeons and caves in here, so it's quite helpful for a run like this. And there's also a cheeky little jump you can do. Is it here? I think it is. Instead of taking the bridge. Big jump over the gap to get here.
Look at that, no fall damage. Let's go.
Let's see. And now I need to figure out where I even am. This.
These ants are the worst.
Yeah. Insects in general are not my favorite. And these games love to have giant insects and spiders and whatnot.
You know, one thing I don't think I've seen yet, you know, the birds in Stormhill that shut TNT at you.
Oh yeah, there's those. And then there's the birds with the little knife feet as well.
Yeah.
Both classics.
They just can't hit because they're flying too high up. Yeah. Everybody loves those enemies.
Mm-hmm.
I'll never get tired of the slow door animation cutscenes and then enemies try and heck you while you're doing it.
It's so fun. That is one of several reasons why DS2 is perhaps questionable, because it doesn't give you iframes for those. The infamous DS2 fog gates. It forces you to do this like crazy long animation, and if an enemy touches you, it cancels it and you get damaged. Whereas every other game, you just get iframes the whole time.
I definitely feel like everything in that game took hours to do.
Yeah.
Every animation, everything. Yeah. It feels like that one Market attack, you know, where he
where he
brings
just
up his cane
delays
above,
forever.
just sits there for a good 10-15 seconds and
Yeah.
comes down.
See, this one's cheeky. You gotta ride this one up. Yep. Okay. I was like,
I don't know how you keep all this stuff
90%
straight.
sure that I knew which catacomb this was. Go ahead.
As says, I don't know how you keep all this straight because there's got to be what, like 30 of these things.
There are a lot of them, yes. Most of these early ones are fairly straightforward, but yeah, the later ones, especially the ones where like you have to teleport through chests over and over again, it gets very disorienting and confusing. Commander O'Neill.
Commander O'Neill. So does he just not have his ads here?
No, he
How
does.
nice.
He just spawned them.
Ah.
In the randomizer, though, they all spawn on top of each other, so we could just very easily just take them all out at once. There we go.
It's 2 points for a great enemy belt.
Very good.
Well done. Well done.
Thank you.
Now, I'm not sure how much randomizer you've done, Aggie, but as like we head to our next dungeon/boss, going through the overworld, since that's gonna be a lot of what we're doing here today.
Yep. There's actually one right
Have
here.
there been like any? Yeah. Oh well, there we go. It's
Good
it's a
old
flower.
Miranda, the fantastic plant boss, everyone's favorite. Very difficult.
All right, that is another point. Anyway, as I was saying.
Yes. Sorry.
Before we got that rude interruption by Miranda the flower. Yeah. Have there been like any particularly memorable bosses and like spots or like duos of bosses that come in as like, oh, okay, this is ridiculous.
So I've done a fair few amount of randomizer runs, and I have a habit of getting Commander Nile as one of the fire giant phases, which is no fun at all because Commander Nile, he's the harder version of Commander O'Neill that we just fought. And Fire Giant has 1 billion HP, of course. So in randomizer, whatever replaces it has 1 billion HP. And then Fire Giant is also a 2-phase boss, so you have to fight Commander Nile and then something else on top of that. And it is a very bad time. Luckily, we will not be going to Fire Giant here because it's too far in the game.
Yeah, I
but-
guess. Oh, hey, it's a tree sentinel. What's up?
Come here. Okay. That was a great enemy?
Yeah, I was surprised to see that.
I didn't know Tree Sentinel was a great enemy. Interesting.
That's 2 points. Now, the Fire Giant, you said has 1 million HP. That's because it has like the weakness
Yeah.
aspects of it. So whatever it replaces it to just have 1 billion HP with no weakness. So it's just
Correct.
the worst.
Yeah. And also,
Oh no.
also Fire Giant normally goes to phase 2 once you get him half health. But you have to actually do the full health bar in the randomizer. And then you
That
have to
sounds
do
awful.
the full health bar of phase 2 as well. And normally he spawns with half health in phase 2. It's a time.
I love this question. Why is he dealing so much damage?
You've got
And,
a +9 Bloodhound Feg in the very early game.
Yep, there you go.
Basically,
Oh, Melania and the Fire Giant phase. Oh yeah, that sounds
Yeah.
awful.
this cave is very confusing, but I'm reasonably positive I know where I'm going.
Type 1 in chat if you think Aggie knows where he's going. I'm at a 1.1.
Okay.
Fairly confident.
This should be the boss right here. Yeah.
Hey, all right. Well done.
Oh, it's me! My favorite boss. I'm gonna unequip my stuff real fast. I don't know if I did it in time. I did not. Okay. If you go into Mimic Tier with nothing equipped, he gets nothing. Which makes the boss quite easy. However, now he has a
Now, is that
Bloodhound
dealing
Fang.
+9 damage?
Yeah,
Bloodhound
he
Fang?
chunks pretty good. So this is actually a somewhat concerning fight.
Yeah, keep trying to drink your OJ. It's not going to work.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, that was regular enemy field, so that was the like second Mimic Tier then. That was not the main Mimic Tier, because I believe the main one is Great Enemy.
Gosh, I can't believe they're considering you just a regular enemy.
I know, it's a little insulting.
Look what you're doing.
Also, yeah, good point in chat. So Melania is a little different than most bosses in Randomizer, where her phases are not split up. You have to fight both of her phases back to back. So if you get that as part of a multi-phase boss, you fight Melania phase 1, Melania phase 2, and then whatever the phase 2 in the Randomizer is.
That sounds horrendous.
It is horrendous.
On the other hand, I'm imagining like Melania spawning in a low-level area in Limgrave, and then it's probably not as scary.
Yeah.
With a +9 Bloodhound Fang.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind running into Melania here in Weeping. Any further than that, she can stay away.
Are there any limitations to what can spawn in an arena, or is it just really anything goes?
I believe it's anything goes in this game. And in some of the other FromSoft randomizers, like Sekiro, the really big enemies can only spawn in really big arenas. I think in this one, it's just whatever.
Yeah, because I'm just thinking that arena where he fought, well, really Miranda, the Flowers Room.
Yep.
But where you fought your Mimic. And I'm just like picturing like Rykard in there, you know?
Yep.
And I feel like just Rykard would just take up the entire room.
Yep.
I wonder how that would go. Yeah.
Mr. Stone Digger Troll.
Classic troll.
This is almost a vanilla spawn. This guy spawns in a
I could
cave
call those
just
French
like
vanilla.
this,
Yeah.
but not this exact one. French vanilla is that what you said? Very good.
Yeah, you know, it's like it's not quite vanilla, but it's close.
Mm-hmm. What are we at on our point count, by the way?
We are at, I believe that last one put us to 22 points.
Okay.
Which will get tallied officially on stream here shortly.
And we've got about an hour and a half left, is that right?
We have almost exactly an hour and a half. You're pretty good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
But this next hour and a half is going to be quite different from the first one.
Correct, yeah. Quite different.
All of the preparations done.
Let's see, there should be a night boss over here. It's a big dragon, yep. That little fire move he just did is taken straight from Midir on Dark Souls 3. It's like actually the exact same move. Here's a great enemy.
I think we're getting close to finishing up the peninsula.
Yeah, there's 2 more bosses I can think of off the top of my head that we can check.
Is there a fast way through like the little mini dungeon at the ends?
Not really. I'll probably just skip that one. It's not a terribly long dungeon, but for just one boss, probably not worth doing. On previous patches, there was an easy way to just kind of skip to the end, but no more, so probably not worth doing.
Ah, yes, the giant hand enemy.
Everyone loves the giant hands.
Just the way it moves around grosses me out.
It's not my fave either.
From Software in general is pretty dang good at making these grotesque, uncomfortable designs.
Let's see. It's been a bit since I did this one. I'm not entirely sure what I'm doing. Looks like I'm going to want to memory erase this one. I have 34k. So perhaps I don't want to memory erase. We'll see.
Tempting, tempting. That's illegal. You're not allowed to ride a horse in here.
No fair at all, is it? Wish I could have my horse.
Can't believe the game's not fair.
Okay, there's the lever. I'm gonna try to find my way back normally to save the cash. Looks like it might loop around on itself. It does, okay. Cool, that was even faster than warping back.
Do you ever bother changing your equipment, or is it just kind of, oh, the Regal Ancestor Spirit, all right.
Yeah, I usually just let it be. Not a whole lot of reason to change it. Also, yeah, this is normally a Remembrance boss, so this should say Legend, I think. If I understand how the naming system works correctly, this should say Legend. Indeed,
And
okay.
yes, that is a big 3 points there.
Very good. First one we found, I think.
That is number 1.
Yep. We had the Fire Giant phase 1, but we need phase 2 for it to be a legend.
The sequel was his greatest work, obviously. That's when he put it all out there to get the reward, you know. Using his foot as a weapon, and I'm just thinking about it.
That cutscene where his
You know the
ankle
cutscene if you
snaps,
played
oh
the game.
Lord,
Yeah. I had to look away. I could not watch it.
It's pretty gross. Okay, there should be a cave somewhere here. There it is. And I think this is going to be the last one I do in Weeping. Not sure if we full cleared it besides Castlemorn. We definitely got close, though. Now the question is, do I remember how to get through this cave? I think you might need to fall somewhere. Oh.
Yeah, good question. Isn't there a demigod feld as well?
No, the demigods say legend. Standard Erd Tree Avatar. Very good.
And goodbye. think this was a regular enemy.
Yeah, that was
1
regular.
point.
Okay, let's see. Where to next? Might be time to Liurnia. Actually, let's do Patches. Pay a visit to our good
Everybody's
friend
favorite.
Patches.
Who only wants the best for us.
Actually, JK, okay. I can think of 2 more bosses in Limgrave, and then Patches. Then I think it's time for Liurnia.
You there. Could you help us out, Cully?
Forgot to get the pumpkin head over here, and then there's another catacomb that's kind of on the way to Patches. This guy's super nice and quick. Literally just straight to the boss.
Is this one like one of those pumpkin head dudes?
Oh, magma worm. Okay. So this one, you do more damage if you can manage to hit him in the head. He likes to do that a lot, though.
Wants out.
He's a wiggly boy. There's not a whole lot of room to avoid this lava in here either.
Yeah, this map worm spent its whole life growing in this tiny little room. Rightfully pissed off. The stagger.
Okay.
All right.
That was a great enemy. Two points for that one, and then we're gonna go to what is normally a grave warden in this catacomb by the end of the river.
Another catacomb, you say?
Mm-hmm. Man, did you ever figure out what these? Did you ever figure out what these statues are for in your Elden Ring
Nope.
journeys? No,
Absolutely not. No idea.
I had
Should
a
I
feeling. All they do is just point to a nearby dungeon, so that one points to the store here.
No, I was like, so this was my playthrough. I went through, I found like a catacomb, and then I found a second catacomb, and I was like, I'm done with catacombs. And I never did anymore.
Okay, you were not.
So
about
I go
it
into a
at all,
catacomb
then. Wow.
and I just leave. Yeah.
I didn't mind the
Needless to say, I was
repetition
very
too much.
underleveled the whole game. Yeah. I think I finished it around level 95 or so.
Yeah, it's definitely a little lower than what you would typically do. I'd say like 130-ish is probably about typical. This guy is a little inconvenient. I think he clipped me into...
Yeah, okay. All right.
Okay, we got out. It's all good. We were poisoned here, but I think we'll be fine. Oh, it's Gideon. Hello, Gideon. Gideon is a more dangerous boss than most people give him credit for. People treat him as if he's like a pinwheel level threat. He is actually quite dangerous in randomizer.
Yeah, I feel like it depends if you get like a good stagger combo on him.
Yeah.
And you just can't do anything.
I mean, in the main game, he just sits there and you get to get like a free supercharged hit.
Yeah.
Not so in randomizer. And boy, does he love to spam.
I remember everybody telling me, it's like, oh, you know, his spells are based off of what you've learned. I'm like,
Yep.
I'm not so certain.
Well, their spells are based off of which demigods you've defeated.
I see.
It's like if you beat Melania, he gets like the Scarlet Aeonia, which I think is cool. Also a great enemy fell.
2 points.
And the randomizer, I think he either just has his vanilla spell loadout, or it might actually still work the way it normally does. And like if you found and killed one of the other demigods, he gets that. Not entirely sure.
We've got all the great enemies, but where are our wonderful enemies?
True. You found the one legend, at least. Okay, so we're on our way to Patch's now. There is an invader in front of Patch's cave, but we can kind of cheese it. So it's going to force us off our horse because we're getting invaded. And then if we just run out of the invasion zone before it spawns, it's going to say invaded and return. And now we can just
This
go
reminds me
straight
of one of my
Patches.
favorite pastimes. I don't know if you do this, Aggie, or if anybody in chat's done this, but no, I'm not too keen on PvP in the From Software games. I very much enjoy co-op, but not so much PvP. So I generally try to make the life of the invader miserable by either like hiding behind fog gates or doing something. Not too long ago, like last week, I was playing through Bloodborne, and there's like this little item that allows you to turn into like little messenger messages.
Oh, that's a classic.
And
Yeah.
me and the friend I was playing with did that and like hid behind a tree, and I went to an alleyway, and then the invader just comes by and walks within feet of us, just never finds us, keeps on going back and forth, and eventually leaves. I was like, all right, mission accomplished.
Yeah, that's one way to deal with invaders, is just bore them to death. So it's a valid strategy.
Exactly.
Also, yeah, Patches is Patches because he's an NPC. But he's also still a boss, so.
What a shit show.
He also has a fantastic line.
Legend Fells. Just a regular enemy for Patches.
Yeah. Okay, and that should pretty much wrap up the stuff worth doing in Limgrave and Weaving Peninsula. That I can think of, at least. Oh, actually, we could do Margit. Margit's very quick. I already warped here, so we'll do a cave in Liurnia, and then we'll go back and get whatever Margit is.
I feel like we could do a whole game of, is this 16 meters?
That'd be a difficult game, I gotta say.
You just go find a little ledge, and I was like, all right, chat, is this 16 meters or not? The only way to find out is to jump.
There is an item that can tell you whether a fall is lethal or not, but it's way too tedious to use. So the little...
On the rainbow pebble?
The rainbow pebble, yeah. If you drop a rainbow pebble off a cliffside and it breaks when it hits the ground, that means it's lethal. So if you were really so inclined to use a rainbow pebble to check every single ledge, you could. I prefer to just jump and see what happens.
I think that's the more entertaining way of doing things. Or frustrating, depending on your perspective. And what you're trying to do at the time.
I mean, just who wants to go into their inventory, get a rainbow pebble out, get right on the ledge to make sure you properly drop it off. Too much work.
Did you just like stomp that giant for
I think I
damage?
did, yeah. Aerial watchdog, oh boy. Why are the watchdogs clearly cats? Does anyone understand this?
Maybe it's a translation error.
Perhaps.
Maybe it's a fox, which is, kind of...
Yeah, okay.
It appears to be a cat. I think a fox is technically more closer to like a wolf/dog. I need Ray in chat, the fox expert at GDQ, to
Of course.
tell me all the info.
That's a great enemy, really. I would never have guessed that, but okay. We take those. 2 points. Okay, let's go get Margit real fast. There's also Godric, but who wants to go all the way through Stormvale Castle? Not me. The nice thing about
I'm very
Margit is you
curious to see
get
how you get through this quick.
yeah,
you're already
you get
here.
a talisman slot for beating this guy as well. So he's very much worth doing.
All right, who do we have in Margit's arena?
Draconic Tree Sentinel, okay. Tree Sentinel, but cool.
Love, he still get the dialogue?
Yeah.
And gone. See, everybody, Margit's not that hard.
Just do that. I mean, duh. Also,
Was that considered legend felled?
no, that was just basic enemy filled.
Really?
Yeah, because it was a Draconic
Margit?
Tree Sentinel.
Oh, yeah. I'm thinking of just like the original Margit. Yeah.
Which reminded me that we haven't done where Tree Sentinel normally is. So here's a boss. Another basic enemy felled. Very good. I'm going to buy some cracked pots from Kali here while we're here.
Goodbye.
Yeah, tell me that guy isn't Santa.
He's definitely set. Okay, here's a fun little bit of parkour you can do to get up to this Everjail relatively quickly. IT says as he fails the jump.
Okay, here we go, and
Okay, jump there.
First
jump
try,
there,
let's go.
Jump there. 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 There.
look at that.
That saves like
have
5
to go all the
seconds
way
of running
around.
around. Yeah. And we've got. Who is this? Oh! Hello! That's quite the entrance. You know, this guy reminds me, we never went back for Soldier of Godric, or the other guy in the little cave. We should do that.
It was like one of my favorite things about like a boss randomizer is that initial excitement of who we're gonna get, who are we gonna get. It can be either very anticlimactic or
Okay,
or just
basic
epic
enemy
like
field.
that.
All right, go back to the cave at the start.
And then since there's like no repeats, right? It's just the 165 are shuffled
Right,
between
yep.
these spots.
Correct.
So you kind of, slay enough of the regular, more basic enemies. There's like, all right, when's Melania gonna pop up?
Exactly,
When's
yeah.
the Beast gonna pop up? And everybody gets really excited when it does. Like, who knows? She could be right here and have 2 HP.
That would be very nice. I'd be okay with that.
Yeah. Low flower. Quick question from chat: is Elden Beast actually included? Yes.
Indeed it is, yeah.
If you want to see a lot of Elden Beast, Daggy did a playthrough of Elden Ring where literally every single enemy on the map was turned into an Elden Beast.
It was a time.
Do you like Elden Beast? No. Yeah. How long did that take you to complete?
I want to say like 12 hours or something.
Impressive.
Yeah, it didn't take as long as I thought. Actually, no, maybe that one was like 16 hours. Let's go with... No, it was 20 hours. Yeah, that one was 20 hours.
While you go to Soldier Gun, I'm gonna check. I'm gonna do a fact check
I think they were 20 hours for that one. Also, okay, the normal Ancestor Spirit. This guy needs to stay still, please. Voila. Great enemy. Okay, 2 points.
It looks like it's around 16 hours or so.
That was 16. Okay.
As a reminder, everybody, be sure to check out our runner at twitch.tv/littleaggie. He does a lot of, I guess, challenge runs of the Souls series. I know recently you've been doing like no-hit trilogy attempts where
Yeah,
you played through what is it, Elden Ring, Sekiro, and Dark Souls 1?
Correct. It's the Trill Aggie, because those are the 3 games that I know how to no hit. So we're starting with those. I'm thinking about adding in the others at some point down the line. Go for potentially what is called a God run, where you do all 7 games back to back no hit, which is quite the ordeal.
There's a handful of bosses I really hope we get to see. The Soldier of Godric just chilling up in some random cave.
I want to see Millennium or some other similar like pseudo challenging boss, so I can at least flex a little bit.
Yeah, Melania would be good. I'd love to see like, is it Godfrey? The lion
Godfrey,
dude?
yeah. That's my favorite boss in the game. He is very good. Oh my lord.
The ultra anime boss.
Okay, so this is a frame perfect trick to freeze the game forever, where you quit out the same frame that you die from falling. So I have to alt F4 the game here. That's awesome.
That's unfortunate.
It's pretty unfortunate, yeah. Not an easy thing to do, guys. So very impressive stuff. Okay.
Thankfully, this is a game that autosaves seemingly every second.
It takes forever
but all
to
right,
close
frame
and reopen
perfect
them.
trick, Aggie. Well done.
Thank you.
That was awesome to see.
Just thought I'd show it off for the fans, you know.
Yeah, I'm really, really happy we got to see that on the show today. Just showing the caliber of player we have here. Bet you can't do that twice in a row.
You want me to try? Oh yeah, then you die anyway afterwards.
Absolutely not. All right, so we're just gonna get the game booted back up, everybody. But I hope everybody's having fun. We're at how many points? I lost my total score here, but I want to say we're like 40 points ish, around there.
30 or 40
so
sounds
not
right.
too bad. Yeah.
Okay. Let's try
40
this
points.
again.
You're at 40. One more time.
Be a little more careful with this guy. Nobody likes these guys. They're the worst.
They're everywhere.
Indeed. At every hero's grave. Fun little trick. Just quit out when they're about to hit you. Don't have to dodge them. Just run straight there. I like the bird just vibing here.
Yeah.
Just hanging out with his boys.
Nothing bad will ever happen.
Okay, what do we got? Hughes. This guy is weird. Not because he's hard or anything. He's just very random. He's an actually unique mini boss, just in an ever jail, and he dies. he's quite easy. Enemy failed 1 point. Okay. Back to business in Liurnia. let's set it to night. Spawn the night bosses.
All right, Aggie, how about we get to one more boss, and then after that we find a good stopping point to go into a quick wellness break for everybody?
Sure.
Is it 14 meters?
That one is very close. If you don't land on that rocket, it is lethal. There's normally a deathrite bird that spawns here. It looks like it is... Who is that? Another bell bearing? Another bell bearing, okay. Actually, somewhat tough enemy. Mainly because of that attack right there. Not a fan of that one.
I like to know how he spins the sword like that.
It's pretty cool, yeah. Also, that grab has interesting range. Very interesting.
The range.
There we go.
GG.
That was the hardest boss in a while. Jeez. Okay,
That's the
enemy
most
fails.
I've seen you use your flask in a boss so far,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, we gonna take a quick break or keep going?
Yeah, but this is a good spot.
Yeah, this works for me.
Absolutely. Okay, everybody. We're going to go into a quick 5 or so minute break to, get up, stretch, and refill our waters and everything. So don't go anywhere. We're going to be back with more of the Elden Ring boss rush randomizer. A little Aggie here after the break. And welcome back from the break, everybody. Again, my name is Fance, and you're watching Game Masters here with Elden Ring randomizer boss rush being done by Little Aggie. As a reminder, your subs, Prime Gaming subs, gift subs, and bits cheered on the GDQ Twitch channel help support weekly Hotfix content, so please consider subscribing if you enjoy these weekly Hotfix shows. Aggie, where are we headed?
We're headed to yet another cave. So this one normally has the Somber Smithing Stone one. It's a fairly short cave. And it's nearby right where we were for the last boss, so why not?
Efficiency, yeah.
There's the giant mausoleum there. Unfortunately, those are not bosses, nor are they randomized. That would be quite interesting if they
Is
were.
that wildlife now?
I think they get their own classification.
Truly is a great experience getting sat on by one of those things. You take it down, and then it's like, oh, I did it, splat.
Yep. Okay, where is the cave? Did I overshoot it? Or did I undershoot it? No, I overshot it. Here we go.
Got there eventually.
Okay, while I ride this elevator
Chat, why
down,
are
I'm
you-
gonna remove my
Why are
cat.
you asking me to ask Aggie about having coffee? Like, what are y'all doing?
Sorry, the cat had to be kicked out real fast. She was sitting dangerously close to my power button on my PC, and she's turned it off before, so... We're gonna just avoid that whole scenario before anything happens.
You've already had enough stuff happen.
Yeah.
That'd be the fitting ending, though. We got the first we're not randomized, then the frame perfect quit out, which was incredible, and then a cat just coming in, turning off the power. Well, at that point, you got to admit defeat.
Yeah. Okay, I did not rest after the last boss. Hopefully this is an easy one. I only have one pot.
All right, come on, Melania, right here. Did the elevator just crush an enemy? Wait, what?
Possibly? Or they just chased me down and splatted? Not entirely sure.
You know, whatever happened, that's an F for those enemies. Whatever fate came of them. I still love the look of this weapon. It's just so huge.
It's so cool. I love this weapon. Curved great swords are my favorite in this game.
They are a blast for sure.
Morgoth's boss weapon is another curved greatsword. That looks super cool. That was my casual build. I used Bloodhound Fang and Morgoth's curved sword. Power stance. Good times.
After I beat Melania, I made her weapon. Well, I sold her boss soul, then I made the weapon.
Another
And
one.
I went out to
sure.
try it. Oh, hey, it's another bell-bearing hunter. Surprise.
Oh, this is not going to go well, is it? I didn't even get the grace here.
I believe.
I sense a death. I'm gonna do what I can here. This gives me a slight HP boost, right? Yeah. Oh, then he reached me with that. Okay, well. That is what we call unfortunate. I didn't even get the grace, and there's no stake America for this one, so I think he gets to live. Good for him. I'm not riding all the way back there.
All right, so we determined earlier on that Little Aggie is a regular enemy, so that is 1 point for the bell-bearing hunter there.
Oh, mistakes were made. That's okay. Did that consume my rune arc? It sure did. Oh well. We're probably never going to get a great rune, so but not too much value was lost there.
But what if?
I guess we did lose however many runes I had. I'm not sure how many I had.
About 25,000.
That's fine.
It's fine.
Oh, the good old half HP Black Knife Assassin. This one is specifically half HP because it's normally in Limgrave. And it just has half HP because Black Knife Assassins are hard and Limgrave's not supposed to be hard.
There you go. I thought these were invisible.
There is one that is invisible.
Okay.
That is a very annoying boss to run into in randomizer. Because if it's somewhere where there's no like water to see its footsteps, it's a real bad time.
Until you like go find a lamp or something.
Yeah. 1 point for that one. We got a jail right here.
For jail. Cuckoo's ever jail. How did I never notice the name of that?
Gotta love Cuckoo.
All right, these are the best because you get the most exciting reveal.
okay.
It's another ulcerated tree spirit.
The previous one was in a jail as well. Wow.
Yes, it came up out of the ground though.
This one needs to work on its dramatic entrances though.
Yeah, this is definitely like a 2 out of 10 entrance.
Mm-hmm.
That other tree spirit though, easy 10 out of 10.
Okay. Gotta remember I'm in Liurnia now. That means that it's vaguely challenging at this point. I can't just completely just rush without a care in the world. But I can mostly do that still, so.
LTR 2, baby.
Enemy felled, very good.
No, your eyes did not deceive you, chat. This is the second time we have fought an ulcerated tree spirit. There are multiples in the base game. As much as we would have loved to have 165 completely unique bosses, that's
asking a bit much.
Enormous task
Yep.
to make that much content. So
Give him a pass for that one.
Yeah, we can give him a pass.
I believe there's normally a Bellbearing Hunter here. I might be wrong, but I might be right. Let's see. Or is this an NPC? This is maybe an NPC. I think it's an NPC. Okay. Moving on. See, there will be a boss in front of a big tree there. And then there's a cave around this way. Actually, let's do the cave first, since we're already here.
I don't think I ever found this cave.
This one, I mean, it's tucked way down here. Some of these caves are like very deviously placed.
I just got to thinking about, what could possibly be in Radahn's arena. Just this big, huge NPC fight area, and I could just picture some funny occurrences with like a relatively weak boss showing up there.
I've had Gideon be there where it's just like one dude. All these summons are rushing.
Here comes your 8th summons, yeah.
That's a fun time.
A heavy door is open somewhere, but where?
Yeah, this one's the classic. It's hidden behind 5 illusory walls in a row. And by 5, I mean 3, but I mean still.
I wasn't gonna check you on it.
Someone in chat would, I guarantee. Third tree avatar, okay.
A little bit below the actual Erd tree, so
It's somewhat fitting placement. Yeah, I mean there is an Erd tree relatively nearby. Whoops.
nice.
Okay.
1 point for enemy felled, and we're getting some questions in chat about what exactly we're doing here. Again, this is a boss rush challenge, where depending on the type of enemy Aggie defeats, you are awarded a number of points. It is 1 point for a regular enemy felled. For example, that boss we just fought. After the boss is defeated, you see the text come up on screen. So enemy felled is 1 point. Great enemy felled is 2 points. Legend felled is 3 points, and God felled is 5 points.
Yep. There's only one god
Our
in
goal
the
is
game.
to get to 100. Yeah.
Good old Elden beast.
I hope we see him.
Me too. Well, here's another god. At least by most people's
it's
standards.
Melania.
Okay, well, I have to do this one. This is not going to be worth my time at all, but I mean, you have to. This may actually be somewhat challenging too. Here's a good old waterfall.
Here we go.
Almost dodged, not bad. Okay. This is like a solid amount of HP. She's not a pushover, but she's not ridiculous. Again, Melania's special. I'll have to do both phases of Melania. Most of the bosses get their phases split up in randomizer, but not her. The only other one that works like this is Godric.
I wonder if that was for a technical reason or like nah, you're doing this.
I've asked the creator of the randomizer that, and it is for a technical reason. They're just programmed differently.
Okay. Interesting. They just hit different.
They just hit different. Yep.
And
okay, phase 2, here we go.
As we
a very graceful transition, yeah.
Yeah. You know, Chad, as Aggie makes quick work of Melania here, I want to see, type in the number of hours it took you to take out Melania. I just want to get a curious idea of the numbers. This is a notoriously difficult boss.
Me personally, I think it was 6 hours. Whoops. I was very separate in my casual playthrough. I refused to use any summons or anything. I wanted to do full melee only. It was a time.
This attack right here.
This attack is so bad. It's also very confusing
the waterfowl
when you're on a
dance
freaking
gets-
slant.
The waterfowl dance definitely has the reputation of
Yeah.
being
the
the attack, but that one right there gave me more. And the rat comes in with the chair.
Oh, this is bad. Uh-oh. Down to 1 heal. Oh, bleed proc, that's huge.
Nice bleed proc.
Second Scarlet Aeonia, she always does that when she's almost dead. There it is, okay.
Nice, well done.
First try.
First
Oh, it
try.
does say demigod.
See, I was right. Demigod fell.
You're
I said
right,
we make
okay.
a call for 4 points.
We can say 4 points, sure.
Yeah, I think it was added in a recent patch.
Huh. Interesting. I
give
thought
them
for
that?
sure it was just enemy, great enemy, legend, and god. Well, I'll take 4 points though.
Yeah, I think 4 points is fine. Though honestly, I feel Melania should be worth 5 points just because it's Melania.
Just because it's Melania, yeah, that's fair.
You know what? I'm going to make the executive decision. It's Melania. Give the man 5 points.
All right. Okay, normally Knight's Cavalry on the other side of this bridge.
That puts us at a nice 50, too.
We're at 50 right now, on the dot.
Now, the other demigods, they're getting 4 points.
Okay, okay. So it looks like yet another Avatar Spirit. Well. Okay.
God, Melania's got nothing on this putrid avatar.
I was going to
Let
say
me
the
just
same thing. I may have slightly underestimated our opponent there. Holy cow. I gotta make it night again. Thinking we don't fight that one on the horse. Too easy to get wombo comboed on horsey.
Yeah, keeping points for the boss. You know, that avatar's got 1 point. That one bell-bearing hunter's got a point.
Okay, round 2.
And that really just goes to show you, how punishing games like this are. It's like even the quote-unquote easier enemies, if you make a slight mistake or, aren't focused, it could just take you out really
Yeah.
quick.
Ooh, that was close. There we go.
All right.
One for that.
Do you ever bother with Ashes of War when you're speedrunning?
So I use somber weapons when you're speedrunning, so and you can't change the Ash of War on somber weapons, so nope.
Or I guess I meant the Spirit Ashes, yeah.
Oh, Spirit Ashes?
Silly me,
Okay.
the Spirit Ashes, yeah.
Not really, no. They're too far out of the way, and they're not even good until you upgrade them. Very occasionally, if I'm doing a full item and enemy randomizer, and I happen to get a good Spirit Summon, and I happen to find a bunch of upgrade materials for it, I'll try to use it. But that is pretty rare for that to actually work out.
Another important question, chat. Why is Aggie only worth 1 point? That is because Aggie beat himself earlier, the Mimic tier,
Phrasing.
and just got an enemy felled. So that's in game fighting yourself. That's 1 point. That's what we're rolling with, and this very official leaderboard for
Very,
the
very
bosses.
official, yeah.
I'm still very happy we got to see Melania.
Me too.
Or Melania.
That was nice. I'm
That's
even
just
happier
Melania,
that I
Melania.
one shot. Prove that I am at least somewhat skilled at the game. I can beat bosses when I don't two-shot them.
I think a worthy choice for game masters here. You one-shot that boss, you're pretty good at the game.
Thank you. All right, we've got another Erd tree here, so another boss. And then there's a nearby catacomb that actually has 2 bosses in it, so double the value. Good ol' Onyx Lord. I think I want to get off the horse for this guy. God, I love enemies you can stagger.
And yes,
There we
all
go.
right. The L2, R2 wombo combo from the Bloodhound thing.
It's so good.
It just
It
feels
looks so
great.
cool, too.
I was worried that was more than 16 meters there.
Yeah, that one looks further than it actually is.
I'm convinced different regions have different scales.
You think so? We avoid our lobster friend here. Those guys are terrifying. I'm surprised there's no lobster boss in the game. There's a room
I mean,
bear
it's-
boss, speaking of.
Yeah, in the Souls series, there's a lot of quote unquote regular enemies that I also think are deserving of a boss health bar. Chat, what do you think? Going back through the whole Souls series, if you could go back and say, hey, this guy deserves a boss health bar, who would you pick?
Throughout the whole Soul series.
There's like, what enemy comes to mind like this is deserving of a boss health?
The white monkey in Sekiro with the 2 swords.
Oh yeah.
He's insane. That guy deserves mini boss status. Actually, maybe he is a mini boss.
Mist
No,
Noble?
he's not.
The Torch Hollow.
The Torch Hall is insane. Yeah. Good choice. Okay, here's the hidden boss for this dungeon. Oh,
I
yeah,
like this one.
Renala.
The first lift. Hey!
We got a class field
So how
trip
does this
going on
work?
here. Oh my, and the very low frame rate with all these freaking students. So this is just gonna be the phase 1. It's just gonna continually spawn students until we hit 3, and then Melania will pop fall down. And we'll see if we can one cycle here. Indeed we can.
I can't believe you went and ruined this field trip.
You know, you gotta do what you gotta do. That was a great enemy since it was only phase 1. So 2 points.
Someone help, it's raining students.
Okay, then we pull the lever, we can warp back to the beginning and get the actual boss of this place.
Oh yeah, this is the area. This is the one that had that invisible boss, right?
No, it's
No.
another dungeon that has 2 bosses, but it's in Altus Plateau. I'll probably do that one as well, just because the double boss dungeons are good value.
Wait, hang on. Is it actually Alta's Plateau?
Yes.
Well, there you go. Today I learned. It's not the Atlas Plateau.
No, it's Altus. Yeah, I don't know if that's intentional or just the way they decided to spell it. Some weird translation error, but yeah, it's Altus.
I'm
not
learning
Atlas.
so much about the game, Aki. Thank you.
Oh my, that has so much range. Okay. One point for that one. Let's see, where are we going next? Let's do this path.
It's very nice that the map at Rando comes pre-filled in with all the points of interest.
Yeah, it's very convenient. There's a setting to turn it off, but I don't know why you would ever do that. Just having the full map is just so nice. After you filled in the map once, it kind of loses its charm to fill it in again.
Now, this may surprise you, Aggie, given everything you've learned about my first playthrough of this game. I didn't find a map until like 10 hours in.
Oh, no.
It wasn't until like the one that like literally falls in your face after you take out Stormhill or something. That's my first map.
So you really, you went out of your way to go off the beaten path like immediately then, huh?
Basically, yeah.
For better or worse. You had a unique experience.
You could say that, yeah. I think my most, the one I'm actually sad about though is when I faced Radon, I thought instead of going into the sky, Radon like burrowed under the ground. So anytime like you did the jump thing, I looked straight down. I was like, okay, where's he popping up? Where's he popping up? And I was going, and then I heard an explosion. I was like, oh, he's back over there. He unburrowed over there. And I killed it. So I never saw the cool cutscene and all that other stuff. I didn't know that existed. So someone had to show me a video. It was like, oh, that's so cool.
I was expecting that story to end very differently, where you were frustrated because you couldn't tell where he was going to pop up. And he kept hitting you. Oh, we got Placidusax. Oh boy. Normally a Knight's Cavalry here. This will be interesting. Horn's pretty convenient for avoiding the lightning spam. So will this say Demigod or will it say Legend? I'm not sure. I thought it was going to say Legend, but Melania didn't.
Is this the one that's like in the
This is in Farum
Falling
Azula.
Castrum? Yeah.
It's like way out of the way. Oh. Well, okay then, Placidusax.
1
Wow.
points for Placidusax.
And of course, there's no Grace nearby that I got. I can't believe that one shot. That's actually insane. Guess we'll have to roll that next time. Be really careful with that timing. Just come flying through the trees.
That's another. I didn't notice this enemy the first time. The giant lobster.
No, the lobster, he's a sniper. He didn't seem to care for us though, so that's good.
Good. It smells your souls and you don't got it. You're safe.
I'm gonna go ahead and grab this.
Where did those go? Yeah.
Hopefully we don't get smacked by Plicity again, but just in case.
So Aggie,
Fans.
do you have the lore down? You could explain who's related to who and who is whose daughter and son and who's the stepdad and
I
all this other
don't
stuff.
think I could. The Mog and Morgot, they're bros. Dude, this area is a bad time. This area is a real bad time.
That enemy got a little hands.
So he did, yeah. Rip however many runes I had. Probably wasn't too much. Okay, let's go to the left to avoid the hand. That is the biggest hand there is. There's like 4 different tiers of hands. He is the biggest boy.
All right, here we go.
Round 2. But the unfortunate thing about this boss is he's going to do that dive attack every time. I can't prevent him from doing it because he always just flies away at half HP. So I am going to have to learn to dodge. When I can barely
Are
see
there any
it coming with
situations
these
where you
trees.
use like the iframes of getting on and off your horse to dodge
that's
stuff?
definitely a strat. I don't usually take advantage of it though.
All right, I believe.
You know, I could try to do it now. There you go. There's the discount
Hey, I helped.
iframes. Very good. But actually, that was more iframes than rolling, I think. So that was a good idea. And he's going again.
Gonna do it again. I love it.
That's such a good
You can't
strat.
do that in the boss's arena normally. Right?
No, because you couldn't have your horse out normally. I'm gonna have to actually roll this one. Ooh, okay. Ooh. Oh, and here comes the laser attack. Oh, he got us a
There's a
smithing
reason
stone
this
tooth.
boss is in like. There's a reason this boss is in like the biggest arena in the game, practically.
Yeah. Okay.
Don't you dare fly away. All right, GG.
Legend, yep.
Legend build.
3 points.
That was a tough fought. 3 points there.
This is an interesting place for that encounter with the trees blocking the view of him flying in.
Definitely a hard mode.
Is this yet another bell-bearing hunter? God. It just,
How many
it
of these
just
are
really
there?
wants me to fight this guy. There's quite a few of these guys.
Not this time, Bellberry Hunter. Now this one having a name versus just regular.
Oh, this is
plain old
Elmer, right?
bell-bearing
Yeah, this
hunter.
is like a
Yeah, so is this like the
bell-bearing
final
hunter.
version?
Yeah, this one's normally in the Shaded Castle, I think it's called. And I think he's gonna win this fight. Let's see, is there anything I can do to cheese this guy? Not really.
Just got the dodge.
I gotta hit him like 2 more times.
Oh,
There we go, okay.
hey, that's clutch.
Whew. That was way too close. All right, 2 points for that one, very good.
Here's the lore. I figured out. I'm piecing together the story of this randomizer here.
Okay.
So. Now, you fought all these regular bell-bearing hunters, then one of them finally bested you and was going to take the title of the Briar.
I see, okay.
So
okay.
Elmer had to come in, face you down, defeat you in order to keep his title. And unfortunately,
Came up short.
was unable to. So that bell-bearing hunter we're never going back to is the new.
He is the new Elmer, okay. Good
The
lord,
title
I
has
like
been
this.
passed.
I love making up lore like that for randomizer situations.
Oh yeah, it's like why is this boss here? Try to explain it.
My favorite is when you get Radagon and Raya Lucaria, and then you just say that you're playing in the timeline where him and Renala did not get divorced. Or he's coming for visitation rights on his dog.
Yeah, there you go. Now, Chad, believe you play a game enough, you start thinking about stuff like this.
Gotta keep it entertaining somehow. On 800 I was on.
This place is nice, not having the hands to worry about.
Yeah, this is probably an easier area to navigate in rando. At least for that part. This bridge up here might be worse. Let's grab the grace just in case.
Ah, yes, this area. That's cool how they all have that graphical effect of the summoned enemy.
Yeah. You're all the little ghosties. Okay, bridge turned out to be quite easy.
I feel like you're going through somebody's living museum. Like, look at my
Yeah.
specimens. Oh, hello there.
Oh, he's coming with us. Oh, no, he's not.
Nope, he's like,
Okay.
I want off this ride. You saw that Bloodhound thing +9. I was like, no, this is going to end well for me.
This is one of the few legacy dungeon kind of areas that I would say is worth doing. It's relatively short, and we get Loretta, and then there's an Everjail at the top as well. So it's like a quick 1-2.
Still pulling for my boy, the Elden Beast, to show up.
I would love to see him.
There's still time.
We've got who is this?
Is
Warden?
that Margit? Wait.
Oh, it's a double
All right.
boss. Okay.
Ooh.
Now is this 1 or 2 points?
This
I don't know. It's one enemy failed message, so I guess just one.
I think we have to do it based off of the Feld message.
Yeah.
Why are there 2 here? Is this like a phase?
So this boss is, oh god, it's normally a paired boss. So I think the way it works is that both the Beastman. So yeah, okay, the health bars say Beastman, so they're supposed to be the Beastman duo boss, which is a vanilla thing. But I replace them with 2 other bosses from a different vanilla duo boss. If that made any sense at all. Enemy felled.
I think so. 1 point.
Okay. We're getting.
How are you feeling,
I'm
Andy?
feeling good. We're getting to the point where I have to start actually like kind of stretching my brain muscles to remember what bosses are worth doing.
Well, it's not being as quote unquote free
Right.
as Limgrave is.
Let's see, Elden or Everjail should be somewhere over here. Yep, there it is.
There it is.
And a drum roll.
See if this one's been working on the entrance. It is another Stone Digger Trunk.
Okay. Nice and easy. This poor guy. He spawns in and he falls over. Okay, enemy felled for that one. Let's see. I think I'm gonna check the Red Wolf in Raya Lucaria here. That one's relatively fast. And we already have the raise for it.
Yeah, Melania has already been defeated.
Yep. I'm trying to think of what the worst possible thing I could run into right now is. Probably Moog. Like true Moog. I do not like that fight at all. Oh, there's Malekith. Okay.
Malekith, all right.
Over here,
So,
Malekith.
Are both phases of Malekith separate bosses, or is it just this?
Correct. So they're separate bosses. So Beast Clergyman is out there somewhere.
Malekith loves jumping.
So he does. There we go. That was a very worthy check.
And look at this, Legend Feld.
3 points. Yeah, a bit of a different dog than the Red Wolf.
Dog adjacent, as they say.
Uh-huh. Let's see. Okay, I'm going to get the second Dectus Health Medallion and then go into Altus. There's a lot of really quick bosses at the Altus Plateau entrance. So we'll see if we can't get some of those. What are we looking like points and time-wise?
We are at 65 points. There are 20 minutes left on our original timer, but I have gotten word that we have the okay to shoot for 100. We'll just see how
Okay.
long it takes to get 100 points.
I don't think we're gonna hit 120 minutes, but we'll see.
We're not gonna get 120 minutes, but we got the okay.
All right.
We got the okay.
We got the Dex Battalion.
We will see a hundo. Then you'll have a benchmark, you know. Speed
Then I can go for a
running
PB,
100
yeah.
points where demigods are 4, except Melania's 5, and then the bosses get points. Yeah.
Okay. So we got the other Dectus Medallion half earlier. So we're good on that. We're just gonna go up the lift. We could go up the cave, but the cave is really long. It has a boss at the top, but still don't think it's quite worth it. Beginning of Altus will have 5 bosses, like right there. Might not be viable to kill all 5 of them, but we'll see what they are.
And we're running.
We are running.
We are.
We're going and going. And there we go.
Yeah, this is one of those, like, you have multiple ways to progress, right? So
Yeah.
you can either go through the cave, or if you got this stuff. I think I went through the cave.
Yeah, there's the cave, there's the lift, and then you could also technically go through Volcano Manor by getting warped there and then working your way out of there.
That sounds fun.
Let's see, let's do Gillica over here first. Very quick dungeon. Then we'll do what is normally a Knight's Cavalry on that path. And then there's a Falling Star Beast off to the side. And there's the Double Tree Sentinel right at the entrance to Laneville. Which will now be two entirely separate bosses.
That guy from Dark Souls 3. It's Wolnir. Yeah.
Oh, hi. Okay.
Oh, hello.
Well, this is probably not going to be viable. But we'll see if we can rush him down. Oh, we could probably rush him down before he kills us with rot everywhere. Because there's nowhere to run to not get Scarlet Rotted here. I think we can win the race.
Here it comes.
Oh,
Dang, that hurts.
Yes, it does.
Nice.
Okay, good. 2 points for that one. And we get Ritual Sword Talisman, which is a quite good talisman. 10% damage at max HP.
Yeah, Rod is great. It's wonderful. The super poison of this game.
Yeah. I like a lot of the poison effects in this game. They do more while they're building up than when they actually proc. Like the gargoyles poison effect like nukes to the point where like you're dead before the poison even activates. It's an interesting system, to say the least.
Yeah, you always get in these From Software games, you got poison, and you get advanced poison.
Yeah. Oh, we have just this little dude as the boss. Good old Adon. He was just taking a stroll, poor guy. I love how small he looks when you're just up on your horse like this. Oh, but he packs a punch. Okay.
1 point for Adon.
Gonna have to get off the
Move
horse
over,
for him.
Melania. We got the boss tier list of most difficult based off of which ones take out Aggie this run.
I don't think I've died twice to anything yet.
No, you have not.
So
Everybody's
that's
vying
good.
for
Yeah.
first place. Like, does it feel like bullying now, chat? You know?
Try this again. Do not fight him on the horse this time. That did not go too well.
Nice proc.
And there we go. I died to that. Not embarrassing at all. Nope.
What level is this weapon? Aggie, I don't think you ever upgraded to a +10, so I think we're at a +9 Bloodhound
Yep.
thing.
Yeah, +10 is like way late in. Just never gonna get it. But we're stuck at +9.
At 68 points overall.
Okay. See what we got for the Falling Star Beast. It's another death bird, okay. As long as it's not a deathrite bird.
What do you got against those? Come on.
They're the worst. That's what I have
They're
against them.
great. They're fantastic. Kind of nice we haven't seen any falling star beasts. I know those things just
Yeah, they can be pretty
resistant
tough.
to everything.
I prefer those over the deathrite birds, though, for sure. Oh my lord, that attack is so fast. There's a Stake America here, at least. Not gonna have to go back too far.
All right, Deathbird having a shot to dethrone and take a, like, break up the tie for first place on most Aggie kills.
It's very possible I die again, honestly. I think I'm gonna try to stay horseback this time, to kind of more easily kite him. But we'll see if that works out. I don't know if it will.
This is truly an enemy design.
One of the enemies of all
Very
time.
unsettling. Yeah. So how does this run work? We put a timer on the clock, and Aggie tries to kill as many bosses as he can in that time limit, though we have extended it to just be a how fast can Aggie collect 100 points based off of the scoring system we've come up with, and the Deathbird will
Not breaking the tie.
move, not breaking the time. Again, 1 point for an enemy felled, 2 points for great enemy.
Oh my god,
3
it's a
points
triple fight.
for legends, and it's the putrid. Oh yeah,
Oh lord. Okay, so this is 4 bosses. Oh, he killed it for me. Thank you, Magmore. That's so convenient. So I'm fighting 4 bosses at once here. I guess 3 bosses now because 1 died. So one of the tree sentinels was replaced with the triple Crystallian fight. And the other one, I think this is Theodore, or Theodorix, rather. The Magma Worm. Gonna see if I can just get the trio down, because I am out of heals, so I'm probably gonna die.
good, very good.
Oh, the assist from Magma Worm? Ooh, perhaps?
Come on, Magma Worm. Oh, he's coming.
Oh, this is a
Or not.
situation now.
Let them fight.
Lord. This is a scenario, that's for sure. Ooh. Ooh. Okay. We got at least the one. Oh, I might have ran away too soon. That should
Wait, did they
should count
respawn?
as a separate boss, I believe.
Yeah, we're gonna give it to you.
Okay.
I think those are just regular enemies. 1 point for the trio.
Cool. I'm like almost positive they count as separate bosses. Because if you beat one, they won't respawn. I think we just got out of the area of it too fast for it to count it.
just gonna consult with the judges, and oh wait, the judge is me. I get to make the call.
Oh, they do respawn.
Oh
Is it
my God.
really? Okay, well, we're not doing that.
All right, remove the point from the board.
That's terrible. I was like positive that they're separate bosses. Well, that was a massive waste of our time. We'll go this way instead.
That's incredible.
That was a rough go to get a duo boss to spawn a trio boss. Less than ideal, for sure. See what is normally a Tibia Mariner here.
Much more manageable.
Yeah.
I still can't believe that.
Only in randomizer. That's the magic of it.
Classic randomizer.
I'm not sure I remember what dungeon this is. Altus is getting to the point in the game where they start to become really annoying. Hopefully this is not a terrible one to do.
Yep. As we're running through this dungeon, again, reiterating the challenge here, each type of enemy, or boss, I should say, is awarded points based off of the text that happens at the end. So, enemy felled, 1 point. Great enemy felled, 2 points. Legend, 3 points. Demigod, 4 points, except Millennia is 5 points, as we determined. And then God is 5 points.
Yep. Okay. What is this dungeon? I'm already regretting
I've seen
going
this
in
saw
here.
before.
I'm not sure that this one is worth it. Or if I even remember how to do this one.
Ooh, a giant in here. It's okay, he can't see you. His head's through the ceiling.
Yep. Shout out to Snail Bro. Oh, okay, yeah, this one wasn't too bad. Yeah, the lever's right here, and then we can warp back. Whew. Good.
Later, nerds.
Now just don't be a terrible boss.
But what if it was?
What if it was, though?
What if it was?
Good.
Ah!
God, everyone loves this boss. I'm so glad there's like 10 of them in the game. You know what the saddest part about this is? This is basically the vanilla arena for this guy. This boss has no business being in a room this small. I mean, he's just clipping through the walls at all times.
And somehow that attack missed.
Oh, God. There's the stagger, good. I missed it. Excellent.
happens.
So it does. Ah, what a joke. Would have been in the bag if I just got that.
I'm convinced at certain points in the game, the sword is just shorter.
Yeah. Curve grade swords especially, I feel like, have a very deceiving range to them. They look like they go further than they do.
Yeah. It's okay, not too far of a run back into the pits.
Just don't die again, and we'll be fine. Can this guy please stop wiggling? He says no.
Oh! Okay, I thought that we had a new champion here.
That's close. Oh, what a boss. If we lose this one, I think I'm just going to leave. Give me the stagger, please. Yes. Okay, don't miss it this time.
And one hit.
Okay. Whew.
The tie for first place grows larger. I was about to say, is like, who's gonna win? You know, the classic post. Little Aki or this wiggly boy? Wasn't so bad now, was it?
It was pretty bad. I was not a huge fan. Speak for yourself. That would be more than 20 meters right there. A little bit over here. There we go. Let's see. There's a dragon that spawns here. It's a deathrite bird. Nope. Not even going to attempt it. The thing with the dragon that
Can't
normally
believe
spawns
this.
there is that it flies away when you get it to half HP. If you get a really easy enemy, you can nuke it in time before it would disappear. I
so
assume
that
it
affects-
disappears in randomizer. I've actually never tried.
It's like, get back here, coward.
Yeah. Oh. Okay, if you say so again.
That was more than 20 meters.
But like I landed on the wall for a little bit? Did I not?
Well, you were sitting there, but I don't think the game considered you on stable ground, maybe.
Yeah.
Fall damage in Elden Ring, everybody.
It's always fun. I'm trying to get to the double boss arena. Or double boss dungeon, rather. That's in Altus here, and then I think we're piecing out of Altus. Because this place is spooky.
So next up, we're just going into the capital, right?
We could go to the capital, yeah. Probably not worth it. It's such a
Probably
long horse ride away.
Deathrite Bird wants to fight.
Aggie does not. That's too bad for him.
Look, Aggie gave you Melania. You can't expect Aggie to give you everything, okay?
I would attempt it if it wasn't a boss that would despawn. But since it is, yeah, not worth it all.
Yeah, you know, good point. I think in terms of the NPCs, Gravity has the highest kill count.
Yeah, that's at least a 2 or 3
Those
now.
points. I can remember 2. I'm not sure if there's 3, but no other enemy has killed Aggie more than once. Gravity in first place with 2 points or 3 points, maybe. Okay, this is the one. This is the one that has that invisible in it. Yeah.
This has the invisible Black Knife assassin normally.
Now imagine if in the randomizer, whatever boss is in there was just invisible.
That would be terrible. It does not work like that, thank the Lord.
I can see the title of the next Little Aggie YouTube video. What if every enemy in Elden Ring was invisible?
That mod exists for other games. I don't think it exists for Elden Ring yet, but like I think it exists for Dark Souls 3 at least. So there is precedence.
You can thank me later. Yeah.
Let's see, that's the main boss. I want to do the side boss first. And what else is nice about this dungeon is it comes with the Raptor's Black Feathers, which is increased jump attack damage.
My favorite.
Scaly Misbegotten, okay.
Somehow I don't think this is going to be too troublesome.
No. He's harder than you would think, just because he has the weirdest delays on his attacks, but yeah. Quite squishy. Okay, 1 for him, and then we'll see what the main guy has for us. Fell Twin.
Fell Twins, hey.
Very squishy Fell Twin. Okay. Another single point. Okay, let's see here. Where do we want to go next?
Caelid's right
Caelid?
there.
I think Caelid's
everybody's favorite. Everybody's favorite spot.
The nice thing about Caelid is it has a lot of nighttime bosses. There's like 3 bosses right in a row. I mean, I guess not necessarily nighttime bosses, but like overworld bosses that you don't have to dip into dungeons for. Since we've been to Altus, we can also check Radon, which would not be the worst idea.
That'd just be amusing. You know, whatever spawns
It's a
there
fun
that's
fight
not
anyway.
Radon, I feel would be amusing, yeah.
Let's see, the first in this staircase, normally a double Pumpkinhead fight. And now is a Knights Cavalry that is on fire? I don't remember there being a Knights Cavalry that's on fire in the main game, but okay.
That poor horse. Don't you love when you just get it down to 1 HP?
There's a conspiracy theory in Elden Ring that I personally ascribe to called Vitality. 1 point for that one, by the way. And so Vitality is a stat that the player has, where the description is that it prevents death. And what it's referring to is that it prevents Death Blight, which is a status effect, like Curse in DS1 basically, where it instantly kills you if it procs. But there's a conspiracy theory that it also literally gives you a chance to survive what should be lethal damage. Because very frequently in this game, both the player and the boss will live with like a pixel of HP. And it happens...
Oh, we saw that with Fire Giant,
Yeah.
5 HP.
It happens like more often than like it should. Like it almost never happens in other games. It's a very rare sight to live with 1 pixel, but in this game it happens literally all the time.
I remember being called out for, like, oh, the bosses don't read your inputs.
They definitely read your inputs too, yeah.
They definitely do.
That's just a confirmed thing. Let's see, there's normally X hikes the dragon up here. And then there's a Knight's Cavalry right after it. Looks like we have yet another Deathbird. Fun times. Well, he's a tanky boy because
This
he's
is a
replacing.
meaty boy.
He's replacing a dragon, so he's got a bigger health pool.
It hurts.
How worth is he? He's worth it
I'm
if I
feeling
do it
close
first
to
try.
not worth.
It's, yeah. This guy's a bad time. Definitely not worth it. Not doing that one again.
Yeah, that is a lot of health. That's kind of like my barometer of, will I fight a boss out in the field? And if I hit it and I do like 3% of the health bar, I'm like, you know, this probably isn't worth it. Yeah, I don't have to. Will this Chad asking an important, will this count as 2 for Deathbird? No, because this is a different Deathbird.
Yeah.
Welcome, dear customer.
Oh! Wow, that wasn't lethal.
Oh, okay. I thought that was more than 20 meters.
Me too. I was trying to land on the wall, which I thought would be okay. But alright then, thank you, game. Oh, we're getting invaded here, right? Or I could just quit the game.
This invader's gonna be so mad. Now, once again, while we're heading to the next boss, I hope everybody's enjoying the show today, and thanks to Little Aggie for coming on for Game Masters. Be sure to check them out at twitch.tv/littleaggie, and what other stuff do you like doing on your channel, Aggie?
Lately, we've been doing a lot of no-hit stuff. I've been dabbling in some slightly more varied content. We did some Kaizo Ironmon, that was fun. Pretty much anything speed or challenge related is something that I'm interested in doing. With a focus on soul stuff, of course.
Our third magma worm?
Yep. There are quite a few of them. We'll see if this guy's worth it. Oh, hi, Millicent. This is fun. The magma worm assist? No, she gets immunity. Okay.
Invader vanquished.
How many points is that? Yeah.
I think that could be worth a point.
Sure. This boss is very tanky. Not sure if worth. Oh, we have a stake of America here, so we could challenge again without the invader screwing things up. I don't think I will. I think I'm good, actually. Normally a death-right bird over here at night. Looks like a dragon of some sort. We'll see. Maybe doable. Yeah, that's reasonable damage. Oh! Okay, well, you know, that's 2 points.
We take those.
Thank you, Agil. This is very kind of him. Just disposed of himself. Oh, was that Radagon I see? I think it is. I love this fight. This is second favorite in the game after Godfrey.
I think this is a 4-pointer here.
I think it might be a 2-pointer just because normally he doesn't get a message at all because he's paired with Elden Bees. So it might just say great enemy, but we will see. That was a very conveniently timed stagger.
I feel like in spirit, Radagon would be a demigod.
Sure.
I may overrule this ruling given it's Radagon.
This is great enemy.
Nah, I'm gonna give that Radagon in the lore is a demigod.
Oh,
come on, game.
I accept.
We're gonna give you 4 points.
Let's check out what we got for Radon. And then if we can beat that, we get another boss, like right there as well. It spawns in the castle.
This is one of the first areas I went to. It was quite traumatic.
Was this? Yeah, you had the most unique Elden Ring experience of all time. Huh? Didn't get the crafting kit, didn't get the map.
Yeah, I came here and it was just the double boss at the end.
Yeah.
And I noped out at the double boss and basically never came back until much later.
Yeah, so
it's like, okay, it's like, great. I think I'm powered up enough to go do the double boss. And I came back and was like, the double boss isn't here. Where'd it go?
Yep.
And I was so confused.
So the double boss despawns during the festival. And then after you beat Radon and talk to not Slave Knight Gale again, the festival will end and the double boss will come back if you hadn't beat them already.
So basically the optimal thing is you wait for the festival so you can just skip all of that, get the grace, and then you don't have to do this dungeon basically.
Correct.
Yeah, that's convenient.
It is pretty convenient.
Are Elden lords considered gods or demigods? Well, it's whatever the end text is.
The stars have aligned. The festival.
Now, this festival isn't too lively, Aggie.
It's like a fire festival kind of situation. You know, it could have been better planned. Wasn't well advertised. Tickets were way too pricey.
All right, come on, Soldier of Godric, let's go.
I wish you could see the boss from looking over the beach here, but it doesn't spawn until you're actually in there.
Very cool arena.
Yeah, this one's super cool. Black Knife Assassin. Okay. Well, we're gonna casually 1v7 her.
Is there a limit to what can be spawned?
Nope.
Is it 7 or you just summon
Just
everything?
as many as you want, yep. And if they die, you can even resummon them if you want.
Where is it?
She's just standing there, menacingly. Okay, that's quite the start.
Ooh, the dodges. All right, friendos, get up here.
It take a little bit. Dang it.
I got the music just stopped.
it's during what is normally Radon's phase transition. Just when she
I didn't
gets
know that
half
was baked into the
HP.
music. That's pretty neat. Yeah. All right, the cavalry are here.
Get her, boys. Oh lord, she's kind of whooping their butts.
What's this sword just sitting here? Oh, is that part of the stage? Yeah. Wait, it is just floating.
Who gets the finishing blow? I have no idea. Impossible to tell. Okay, well that gave us a good amount of souls. Got over 100k to spend.
That mark was made on the map.
Now let's see who we got for the double boss. Gotta talk to Gale again. Then it'll spawn.
Brave Cheselub Festival. Fine, I'm no longer.
What a wondrous festival.
May we meet him.
It was a good time. Okay, who we got? Cemetery Shade. Extremely squishy, it's kind of annoying to hit though. Not that annoying though. Quick 1 point, sure. I just remember...
Yeah, it went down like a sack of potatoes.
Yeah. Just remember we can do the Bell-Bearing Hunter here in Limgrave. Also, I have a lot of flasks I could probably pop.
Yeah, this
There
will
we
make
go.
things a little bit safer. And we do have those 2 bosses right at the beginning as well.
Which one of those?
I don't think we ever went back. Well, Soldier of Godric, that I don't think we ever saw.
Yes, are
Right?
you here
Yeah.
as your
We did whatever replaced them.
Takes me back.
Oh, okay, we did.
Yeah, yeah.
My mistake.
I didn't do the beach dungeon though for Limgrave, so we could do that. If this Bell-Bearing Hunter would like to spawn, that would be nice. Bernie, go home.
There's a memento fine. That's how it grants. Not.
There we go. Oh, hello, Horalu.
Oh, hey, it's Horalu.
I think he's stuck in the building. Indeed he is. There you go. Well, that was super worth it. Legend fell.
That is the boss that took me the longest to beat in Elden Ring.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
His second phase
Phase 2,
is
yeah.
pretty monstrous.
Yeah, the timings on the dodges were very awkward.
Yeah.
Took me a while to get used to them.
He gives you very few openings as well.
Yep. Very cool boss though. Very fun.
I agree. I like phase 1 better though. That goes for most bosses in Elden Ring. Phase 1 is like reasonable. Phase 2 is like, okay, that we could maybe tone this down a little bit.
They didn't like, Radagon going right into Elden Beast.
Yeah. Let's see who we got here. Oh, Commander Nile.
Or Nile. Is this the one that's like outside of the Halleck tree?
Yeah, he's in the Castle Soul.
Yeah.
And now he's dead. 2 for that one. Okay, not bad.
Alright, we're getting there.
Slowly but surely. Let's see.
We're at 88 points.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Starting to run out of easy options here. Trying to think of what dungeons are relatively quick. Okay, there's a few bosses that are in, I forget what this town is called. The magic town, Celia. I think it's Celia.
That sounds, yeah, Celia, Celica, something like that. Yeah. I had something weird happen. I have so many weird stories about my playthrough of this game. I wouldn't spend too much time on it.
What happened in Celia?
This guy in here. So I was talking to him, and the giant Tyrannosaurus dog came in and killed him, and he turned into a centipede. I was like, wait, what? Yeah.
Tyrannosaurus
So that was
dog turned
very
into a
interesting.
centipede.
Yeah, so like there's an NPC in there. You're supposed to go save his daughter or something.
Oh,
up
okay,
top.
yeah.
There's this giant bipedal dog wolf enemy out there. He just came in and wrecked that NPC. And
And
just
he turns
poofed into a centipede.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
I've never attacked that NPC. I didn't even know he did that.
Well, I tried attacking NPCs, but they all have shields around them, so I couldn't do it. But that dog took care of it.
Interesting.
If anybody in chat's got the lore, feel free to share.
Okay, I forgot I'm gonna have to cheese my way to get into this boss arena because there's a magic gate. I'm gonna do the Celia Crystal Tunnel first, and then we should be able to parkour our way in there. Unless they
Awesome.
patched it yet again. Which is very possible.
Only time will tell.
We'll do this one first, though. This one's pretty quick.
This is a dungeon a lot of people will find early, based off getting the teleporter chest,
It's a nightmare.
which I think was on the peninsula. Yeah, it's rough. Yeah, that NPC turned into one of these these centipede demons that shoot all the spines at you. Yeah. Oh,
He's just
that's
chilling.
just a Godskin noble.
I guess so. I don't know why he's there, but he is.
If you kill that, does that count as 2 points?
I won't get a message for it, so no. I'm curious why he's there, though. I don't think there's a... Oh, there is! There is one Godskin Noble in the game that's not a boss. It's on the bridge to the Divine Tower in Liurnia. Because you gotta go through the inverted tower. I remember now, yeah. So yeah, that's absolutely which gods can noble that is. That's the only explanation.
Incredible. And what do we have in the tunnel? Oh,
Someone's gonna spawn it, I guess? Oh, Electo. Oh god, this is a terrible fate. Black Knight Assassins are already tough.
Doing quite a bit of damage at least.
Yeah. Fairly squishy. Sometimes the randomizer likes to have about 2 frames a second, so I apologize. Almost done though. Oh, I miss. Don't choke. I think I'm choking. I choked.
Heck! So close, like 1 hit away. Is this a great enemy or a regular enemy?
That's a good question. I actually don't know. It's in an ever jail normally. It is a named enemy though. I am so glad I got the shortcut. I debated just skipping it.
That Godskin Noble just chilling there. Wonderful.
Okay, round 2.
You got this.
Holy frames. The true boss. I am not even sure how to avoid that one, honestly. That was insane AoE. Oh, that's totally gonna kill. Disaster. Okay, Electo's the new leader then, right?
That's the new leader, Black Knife ringleader. The point champion amongst the bosses.
Man, oh, that's a bummer. Okay, round 3.
Later, please.
Oh, close. There we go.
All right.
All for one
Matches
point.
enemy. Now, Chad, I hate to do this to you. Aggie, I hate to do this to you.
Oh,
but
no.
I think
I can feel it
we're
coming.
gonna have to. I think we're gonna have to reduce the total we go for to 90.
At 90, so we're at 89 then, right?
91 more boss. Aggie.
Okay. We'll see if I can cheese my way into an arena. That'll be a fun one.
I wish we could sit here and go for 200 points.
200, my god. Let's see. It's been a long time since I went to this boss this way. I think this should work.
If not
they
a good
patched
boss here, we can blame the randomizer.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
all the randomizer's fault.
it. Let's see. And then... Oh, do I need to be up a level? I think I do. Heck. Maybe I don't remember how to do this. Yeah, I don't think I do. Okay, we're gonna have to find a different boss then. Who's a different
That one wasn't
boss?
going to be good
then?
anyway.
There's a bell-bearing hunter here that's extremely tough. There's an Erdtree avatar there. We'll do that one. That'll be our final boss.
All right, whatever is at this tree. I mean, Melania was at a tree, so
Melania was at a tree.
do
Yep.
something good. I'm gonna laugh if it's like, oh, it's the Elden beast.
I want Soldier of God.
As we're heading over there, I want to give you one last shot to, just talk about your stream, talk about yourself. Where can we find you?
Yeah, so
Do the YouTubes and the Twitch, yeah.
if you've enjoyed my presence here today, it's twitch.tv/littleaggie. I'm live 5 days a week, normally doing Souls challenge stuff or speedrun stuff. Sometimes other games, speedrun stuff. Or sometimes other game, challenge stuff, rather. And yeah, I'm also on YouTube, youtube.com/littleaggie. Do mostly just like little highlight videos of my challenge runs that I do on stream. So if you want the abridged version, there you go. And yeah, that's pretty much my deal.
Oh my goodness, it's a death driver.
That's great. No, I'm happy. This is my
perfect.
favorite enemy. I have no idea how tanky this one's gonna be. Okay, that's a fair fight. That's doable. Now the fun part.
This boss.
Holy cow!
It's fine, it's all fine. Ooh, nice bleed proc.
And oh, we canceled the attack, you jerk! Dude, he's one hit.
Okay, all right.
Okay, we're fine. It's under control.
Everything's good, everything's good.
Patience. Don't rush it. Okay, rush it. Okay.
Why won't you die?
I'm telling you, this always happens in this game. Everyone lives with one hit to go. There it is.
All right, we got the death driver. I'm happy that was
Me too.
the final boss. Of
Prove myself.
Yeah. Sorry we couldn't get to 100 points, but Elden Ring's tough.
That's all right.
It's a tough video game, especially when you don't know which bosses are going to come up with.
Exactly.
So again, big shout outs to Lil Aggie for coming on. Although we didn't hit the goal of 100, it was still a blast to watch, and I know everybody watching had a whole bunch of fun. But we need to get right into our next show, everybody. It's going to be Time Capsule. Don't go anywhere.